Turtle Gang? It's your boy Dolly. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you come in. Let's get those likes up, guys. What's up, turtles? Let's get those likes up. Thumb this damn video up, people. Let's get this early morning party started. I hear you, Mike. I hear you. No fireworks. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Mary Jane. Cobra Cow. Sassy. Deb. Definitely hit that like. Right there. I want to see 150 likes before this song ends. Disappear. Team Money. Boom. What is up, turtles? It is good to see you. Somebody says your voice sounds scratchy. My voice sounds scratchy? Oh, shit. Dolly dying. Okay, Dolly dying. Absolutely dying. Glasses on. Serious business. I can see the chat this morning. I can see what's going on. It's amazing when you have eyeballs what you can see in this world. Okay, anyway, I was diving a little bit into, the whole Bryan Kohberger case. Y'all remember that guy? He's the one that's being accused of killing the 4 Idaho students in the house on King Road. Okay, but the crazy thing is this. We've been talking about the DNA that was on the sheath of that knife, the button, okay? The infamous DNA that ties Kohberger to this murder, okay? So apparently they're saying it's an exact match for a swab they took from his cheek, which is pretty much his DNA. But that ain't the weird thing. Come to find out, they found DNA from other unidentified people in that house, okay? Now, they got DNA from other people. Now, how did they get this DNA? Who does this DNA belong to? Did Bryan Kohberger act alone? Okay, because look, in the very beginning, we heard about a footprint, a latent footprint that they found in the house that belonged to a van sneaker. We still never heard about them taking any van sneakers from Bryan Kohberger, right? We never heard what happened to the vans, okay? But there's a lot of rumors that maybe somebody else had went into that house before the police had got there. And that crime scene has been contaminated. All right? Now, if that is the case, does this help Bryan Kohberger? Because we did hear that they're going for the death penalty. You know, you got to get rid of this guy. He brutally killed 4 people, or allegedly. Or did he? Now, here's something else that's coming out. We know early on, I think it was Madison's dad said that there was a connection to Kohberger. They just didn't know what it was or how he was connected to the girls. Okay? Well, Bryan's defense is saying that he has no connection whatsoever to these girls, and they're disputing that he's been there that many times or even around them. Says he don't even know them. Okay? So he's pleading not guilty. The most damaging thing, I would think, is that DNA that's on the sheath of that knife. But what the thing I said is they found DNA from other males in that house that they don't know who that DNA belongs to. They haven't matched it. So is it possible? Now look, 4 people killed by one person. Could he have had an accomplice? Right? Could Bryan Kohberger possibly had an accomplice? Okay, when I heard that they found DNA in multiple places from unidentified male. Remember Chris McDonough found that glove? They found DNA on that glove. They identified who the DNA belongs to on that glove that was found outside the house that was planted by Mark Furman. Okay? Or planted by Chris McDonough. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, he found a glove. Do y'all remember that? But anyway, there was DNA on that. There was other DNA in the house. And to overwhelm 4 people, well, you know, of course, the 2 girls upstairs, they were intoxicated and most likely they were dead asleep. They probably never woke up. They didn't have defensive wounds. But even Ethan, he was a big dude, you know, and I just don't know. Maybe there was somebody else, or he did it, okay? And I'm still kind of confused on why Dylan, DM, or whatever people want to call her on the internet. I don't know why people don't use her damn name anymore. It ain't like people don't know who she is, right? I still, to this day, can't explain why it took so long to call the police and why she didn't do nothing. Now, is she going to get up in court and point at Bryan Kohberger and go, that's the guy that did it? Because you would think this. If I witnessed you murder my friends, or my friends got murdered and I seen you coming out with blood all over you and a damn knife in your hand, I'm going to show up to court, okay? And I'm going to testify against you. I'm going to point right at you and go, that's the dude I seen leaving the scene of where my friends were murdered, right there, point right at you. It seems like she don't want to go to court, none of these things, and she should be is the prime witness to the killings of her friends. It's a lot of strange things in this. Now, is it possible that this man gets off? Okay? He gets off. That the defense can prove that crime scene has been contaminated, that this DNA could have been transferable DNA. I don't know how that would be possible, even though it's a knife sheath under the thing. And if they're using this, he's this criminal mastermind, criminologist that wanted to kill people, it seems like he'd be smart enough not to leave the knife sheath. Now, I heard there's some video evidence also, you know, of the vehicle and the vehicle in the proximity of the place. So I don't know. I definitely don't know. And I'm hearing this, that Don Wells is going to jail. Now, I don't know if this is internet rumors or whatever, because I'm hearing a lot of things. You know, we had people come up here and say, hey, they called the PO themselves. They're making Don come back in. They got to take a piss test. But the thing about this whole thing is this, is if you called somebody's PO, like say I was on probation and you called my PO, they wouldn't tell you nothing about me. I think that they can't. They can't just openly say, oh, yeah, well, we got him coming in here on Thursday. He has to take a piss test. I don't think they can do that. Now, I ain't saying somebody didn't call the PO, but I don't think the PO themselves can tell you, hey, you got to do this and they got to do this. Now, if the PO is calling you back, you can believe you're going to piss in a cup when you get there. Now, we talked about Don and Candace and the type of drugs, that they be doing that don't stay in your system long. Mostly drinking the crack cocaine and maybe some little bit of that meth stuff that they might be messing with. But apparently those type of drugs don't stay in your system long. So if they have a few days knowing he has to go to the PO, he is going to piss clean. Okay? It's just crazy. I'm going to open up the phone lines this morning. I want to hear from some of you guys. There was, okay, look, and you see the thumbnail, right? You see the truck that's on fire behind everybody? That's what happens when TikTok goes wrong, okay? This Arizona man was driving down the street in an 18-wheeler truck, okay? While he was making a fucking TikTok video. Traffic slows down. He smashes into two cars in front of him, and he pins them between another 18-wheeler truck that pushes that 18-wheeler truck into other vehicles. The cars burst into flames. 5 people perish in the fire in this car wreck over this man making a damn TikTok video. Now, I see a lot of people streaming when they're driving. Now, usually when I'm in the car, I don't stream while I'm driving. I can't pay attention. I'll usually park somewhere and I'll stream from my vehicle sitting. But this is just a prime example why you don't drive down the street making a damn TikTok video, okay? 5 people dead. And of course, he's being charged with it. I guess they used his phone and seen that he was live on TikTok and his ass is done. And, when you driving a big truck like that, you shouldn't be having a cell phone out. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what type of accidents can happen with these big trucks, especially when these 18-wheeler drivers are not paying attention. And like I said, it crushed 2 cars. The 2 cars exploded. 5 people died over a damn TikTok video, right? Don't make videos while you're driving, people, okay? Don't make videos while you're driving. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to open the phone lines up. Okay, the phone lines are now open. Did Bryan Kohberger act alone? Who is DNA is that? Is Don Wells going to jail? Okay? Even if he goes to jail, I still don't think there's going to be no answers for Little Summer. All right, let's do it. Dolly. What guy? What's up, Johnny?
Good morning, brother.
Good morning to you.
Hey, yeah, BK did it.
But did he act alone?
I just noticed something. His initials are the same as the other BK. BK, if you're listening, I'm not talking about you, bro. I hope you're doing all right.
There's a lot of BKs out here. They're all crazy.
Yeah, let me rewind that. Ask me that again.
Do you think he acted alone?
Yeah. I think it's solo act. Yeah.
Solo artist.
Because the reason why I think that is because I'm a professional investigator just on the Love Boat,
Yeah, well, they're saying no connection. The defense is saying there's no. The defense is saying there's no connection between them. He don't know them. He's never been there. He's that type of stuff.
Bravo Sierra on that. That's not true. He's guilty as everybody knows it. BK. He did it. And now, as far as the DNA discoveries, they say there's a certain amount of anomaly, anywhere from 10 to 18%, that you will find anomalies of other things as far as DNA matter. So that doesn't surprise me that they found, and that there was DNA from other people, was a college town. They were college girls. So No, I think, but I like your way of thinking. And I do hope that you do, because I'm fascinated too, like you with the Delphi case. I don't mean to split off and go 19 different directions,
You're
but
fine.
please do more on that, because I'm like you. When I delved into that case, I'm like, what the, there's just so many weird things that don't add up. And
Yeah, and what has to be,
you know what I mean?
well, in the Delphi stuff, there has to be some weird connection in some type of weirdo group. That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no way this Richard Allen dude don't know the Keegan guy. It's just the
Yeah.
odds of that are just, that's like me telling you to go to this certain location, and all of a sudden Jason
Yeah.
Voorhees is there. What's the odds of that?
Not real outstanding. And I wanted to clarify something real quick, and then I'll get back on topic. And that was when I reported to you about the Jennifer Chouette case. Some in the audience may have heard me say something about that case. And when I read some of the chat later, one person said, well, that's a really old case. And I understand that, and respectfully, I agree with you there. The reason why it's relevant now, it happened 20 years ago, but the reason why it's relevant now about the Jennifer Chouette case, and I'll wrap it up with this, is I talked about the man they found, but I didn't really get into, it happened recently that they found the man who did it in a Galveston cell, and it was from 1990 that he did it, but he took his own life. So that was why it was relevant, that just happened. Right. So anyway, I'll back up off of that. So that was just for those that did hear that, to clarify, because, I want to make sure my information's correct too. And but at any rate, yeah, the Delphi case, so interesting to me. And I'm not even sure why, if that makes sense, but it is.
Yeah. I got to check to see when his next court appearance is. And like, if you're going to confess over the phones in jail, okay, like, say you're in jail, you're going to confess, you might as well just walked in there and told the police, hey, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Because, even in the jail, it has signs and stuff that says, hey, all these calls are recorded and monitored. And they're listening to him because he's in there for murder, so they're listening to everything he's doing. They probably have informants in the cells or near him, so they could, if just in case he says anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you got detectives walking in with one of the fountain pens in their, lapel that's got a microphone in it. You have parabolic microphones. You could stand 5 miles away and pick up stuff, literally. So
yeah, they be listening.
Yeah. Well, even with us, I know my friend was calling me, a good friend of mine. He took a trip to England, London, and he was telling me about, dude, he says, I've never, he was in surveillance and in intelligence in the military, and he was telling me about their camera systems over there. He goes, every single one of them got a parabolic mic on them. So because I felt like it was like China, Anyway, that's another story for another time. But it's just too weird. It's too invasive, man. Come on, give us a break. We don't need the big brother all the time. Little too much.
Well, I guess, it never hurts to, they're in jail and prison to watch and listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why not? It's your advantage, right? Where are they going? It's like a caged animal. You got them in lockdown. So, yeah, that's the time to. That's what happened with the Jennifer Chouette case, right? They got him in the interrogation room, and he's like, no, I didn't do jack. If
I broke some law like that, it'd be like The Sopranos. I'd be talking underwater in scuba gear or sign language and shit. You would never get nothing out on the phone of me saying something so incriminating against myself. That just seems strange. I mean, I grew up on mob movies where I know the phone's tapped. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but now, just like I was saying, right, you don't even need to tap anything anymore. You just scramble it out of the air, out of thin air. Just like I'm talking to you, right? It's all invisible.
Yeah.
It's just running by frequencies that we can't see with the human eye, or at least in our spectrum of visibility as a human, right? But, yeah, it's just incredible days we live in, because I think we always talk, you and I, about these cases. Well, not just you and I, everybody that's interested in true crime. I think I'm not fascinated by the gruesome aspects of it at all. It's fascinating because I'm thinking, okay, what's wrong with your brain? First off, in a lot of these cases. And then number two is why is it that the level of crime is continuing to increase? Well, I mean, partly of societal pressures, right? We're looking at, I think a lot of people think, hey, there's less people to catch me doing bad stuff, so what the hell? F it, I'm going to do it. And that's why I think you're seeing more of it, too.
I just think society's crazier, so it's breeding crazier people. Like, if you go back to the Ted Bundy days, they asked Ted Bundy what caused him to be the way he was, and he blamed it on pornography, right? You think way back then that was softcore Playboy stuff, right?
Well,
think about what people see today, far as murders, killings, pornography.
I see where you're going with that, and that makes a lot of sense to me. But remember, if we stay on the fact that Bundy was always, from a little boy, there was some sexual aspect after the animal doing bad things to animals. Remember that? He said he graduated into the magazines and the pornography, right? Because back then, obviously, there was no internet. Now everybody's carrying one in their hand right now. You can get anything on these damn things. I don't know that they make us smarter. I kind of call it, my phone's a dumb phone. I don't call it a smartphone. And the reason why I call it that is because I don't want to believe it's smarter than me, but it is. You know what I'm saying? At least memory-wise. It's just but that's another rabbit hole, right? But the point is that I just believe in my heart that people believe that. I also believe that there's a giant part of society that believes they can get away with more. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think they're as worried about. See, this is the problem. We got to take these guys and put them in Old Sparky again, or hang them in the square. Now, I know that sounds barbaric. I know a lot of people won't like that. Oh well, won't be the first time somebody disagreed with old Cobra Kai. But the truth is that when are we ever going to get a scale of justice that says, hey, if you're a crazy dude, you're going to do it. It doesn't matter if it's with a knife, a flower, a chair, an AR-15, whatever it is, you're going to find a way to do it. You're just plumb ass crazy and you need to be, vanquished. No more of this long-term 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah, but it seems to get worse. More serial killers, more spree killers, more mass shooters. And I mean, it's because...
Again, go ahead. Sorry.
People, I think they see so much violence that they think violence is the answer to everything. And
brother,
because it's so programmed into them.
What do you believe would be a great course of action to bring down these heinous crimes? Do you believe there's anything you don't think there's anything?
No, because you done created this. It has to play its course.
Okay, well, yeah, but what's that? What would be the finale of that, playing its course? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think unless you step in... It's just going to get worse. Well, it's that old theory that's true to me, at least, is that all it takes for evil to win is for good men to do, nothing. And I know that's not verbatim, but you get my drift when I say that statement. I truly believe in that. Look, evil will conquer. Evil will totally dominate. I still believe in the good guy with the white hat. I'm that guy. Come to my dojo. One way in, no way out. I will give you the ultimate life lesson. You heard a kid? Over for you, winter chicken dinner. Down south, not north, if you get my drift.
Yep.
But we don't do that, do we? We sit on our hands as Americans. I say we. I got a mouse in my pocket. Sorry, audience. I'll say me. I'm trying to do more. I'm very interested in this new Jim Caviezel movie where he plays the real-life detective that's gone out and is helping, the human trafficking nightmare with children on the planet. And when they delve into this stuff, folks, I won't go there because it's trigger warning all day long. And I'm not talking about the name of the horse in a movie. This is real crazy stuff out there. You can't make this stuff up. If you were to read the storyline of this story, you'd go, no way, that's not true. Well, they say a lot of things are true, but this is my motto. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not true. All right, brother, I've kind of went long-winded this morning, and I don't want to hold up your outstanding absolutely great audience members. And don't forget, if you haven't got to that Dolly Vision store, what is wrong with you? Make your neighbors jealous and get the best soap on the planet.
That's right.
Over there at Dolly Soap. You can't beat the way that stuff smells either. Okay, folks, don't forget to tell somebody you love them. Jimmy-san, thank you for the time up. Folks, don't be shy. Call in. Talk to the Dalai Lama. All right. Cobra Kai has officially left the building. Peace.
Okay, so he dived into a little bit of the Delphi stuff. The Richard Allen, which is the guy that's been arrested for killing Gabby and Libby. Hold on, I was going to go into that, but the phone rang so quickly. Dolly.
Dolly.
What's up, Mab? It's like
not
a ninja
much,
movie.
Not much. It's Cobra Kai. No.
It definitely ain't Cobra Kai. It's Mab Kai.
Mab Guy.
Mab Guy.
It
There you go.
4:41 a.m.
Okay.
And you missed my morning bull banging ice cream session.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that, boy. Let me tell you. Celebrate that one.
Yeah, this Brian Colbert case is getting slippery.
Slippery. Uh-oh. I mean, what do you think about other people's DNA being there? Is there more killers? If there's more DNA, how do you know which person did it?
Or more DNA on the knife sheet?
Well, no, just his DNA was on the knife sheet. But I guess outside that glove had DNA on it. There was some other DNA from some unknown people.
Been covered in DNA.
Well, I mean, you think. But then you have that argument, well, it could be this person. It could be that person. Their DNA is there. This person's DNA is there. You know?
Yeah,
it's
but
just
you have
an
the
argument.
totality of the evidence, and which I hope they have.
Which is the sheaf, you know.
The sheath and the videos of the car and the phone ping.
And with him saying I would think it would be better for him to say he knew them people, because they're not here to say he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And because when him saying he don't know none of those people, and in his defense saying he don't know none of those people, his DNA shouldn't have been there at all.
That's right.
What if it was transferable DNA because he had been there before? You know what I'm saying?
Transferable to the knife sheath?
Possibly. A little bit of spit. You touch something, get it on your hand, grab a knife sheath, bam, that person's DNA is on the knife sheath. That's all it takes.
Well, whoever did it was an idiot for leaving the knife sheath.
I mean, he's an idiot. Let's be honest. He did it. He left the damn knife sheath. I'm just saying, what if?
Yeah, there could be others involved. I mean, he asked if anybody else had been arrested.
He asked that. There's other DNA there. There's a footprint that, listen, this footprint they said in the beginning was made by bodily fluid. That's what they said. So that means
So somebody was walking around the house. Could have been a bunch of those kids.
Or they stepped in piss in the bathroom, then stepped in front of the door, and then, you know. Either way, somebody had some type of bodily fluid on their shoe. Let's don't forget about that shoe print there. Okay?
What was the shoe style?
A van. And let's say they didn't take no vans from him. He's saying that y'all could arrest anybody else. I'm not guilty. What if somebody else went in there with him and he took his knife sheath and stabbed somebody?
Yeah.
Just because that's like you have a gun. I'm in a car with you. You have a gun. Somebody gets shot. That don't mean because you got the gun, you shot the person. You could have gave the gun to me. And then I shot him. Tupac. I didn't do it.
I'm still thinking of the drug angle with Emma Bailey and Demetrius Robinson.
But I just don't think if he's saying there's no connection, then he's acting like he's never been there. And I think that's a bad move.
Like his freaking sister.
I think that's a bad move in his defense to say, unless you can prove you ain't never been there, which I don't know how they're going to do that, because they said not only has he been there, but he tried to return 9 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I mean, that's going to be a hard one to beat. Why was you driving around there?
Or do they triangulate him in the general area?
I think they've got him in the general area. Remember, because the picture came out from the store and it was a white car like a fucking blur, and that's all they really gave you.
Yeah, and then they changed the year.
Yeah, because they didn't really know what the hell it was at first. They were trying to figure it out, but I think they knew. They started doing the track and stuff. They found out this guy has one. They started following him around. I mean, I don't know.
I think his sister tipped him off.
DNA always scares me because I just think they could fake that shit so easy.
Yeah.
You know, like if they want to set you up, DNA seems like it'd be the easiest way to set you up.
Yeah, but I think his sister tipped him off.
What, that he did it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think his family was like the Bryan Laundrie family. They were going to go his daddy flew out there to drive back with him.
I don't think his sister was on board. Why was she searching his car?
See, Rhonda says DNA scares me too. That's how I just think they set people up like that. Oh, yeah, we found your DNA. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, DNA can be transferred to freaking anything.
Well, what is it? What's that lawyer's name? One of them that was OJ's lawyer. He said that was the easiest.
Johnny Cochran.
It wasn't Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran's dead. This dude's still alive. I'll think of his name in a minute.
White dude?
But he was on the Dream Team, yeah. And he said that DNA ain't that hard to beat in court. And an eyewitness ain't that hard to beat because people watch a crime happen and 10 people will tell you 10 different stories. Yeah. And he said even the DNA, he said you can go into the lab and you can point out flaws and mistakes they've done for like years back through their records, and then you start discrediting the people that did the DNA. You start discrediting the eyewitnesses and
the police.
Yeah, and then you really don't got nothing, you know. You got to make people believe that the DNA is solid.
They better have a damn lot more evidence than we know about.
I think they do. I think they do. I think they do. I just can't believe they came out so blatantly lying in the beginning when they knew what the suspect looked like. I think they put the community in danger because you should have put out a sketch. You should have been telling people it's a white male, approximately 6'2", probably 180 pounds, bushy eyebrows. Because what if you're a girl on that college campus? You deserve to know that there is a killer and what the killer looks like on the loose. The police just straight lied. You know, the police just straight up lied to the public. And, I mean, they did a good job catching them, but I still don't think they should just be able to blatantly just lie. Knowingly lie. They knew that girl seen the killer.
Yeah,
they said in the beginning she was asleep. Yeah, they just lied straight to the damn public. Didn't give you nothing in the beginning.
Another thing I think is that university has a hell of a lot of pull trying to tear down that house.
They haven't tore down the house
in Moscow.
They haven't tore the house down yet, have they?
They're trying to.
I know.
The university is trying to.
Yeah, I've heard.
Trying to block it.
I heard the owner gave it to the university.
Yeah. Who would give a fucking house to the university?
Somebody that don't want to live in a house that got 4 people killed in it?
He wasn't living in it. He was renting it out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. I understand, from my understanding, he gave it to the university, and the university wanted to tear it down.
Yeah, before the outcome of the trial, which I don't think is good. Because some of the jurors need to hear what...
Well, at this point, all
heard.
kind of people been in that house, so it ain't like nothing in there is valuable to...
What I'm saying is, what can you hear from Dylan's room?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, you can...
reenactment of that type of sound and what she should have heard.
Yeah, exactly. That house ain't that big. Where she probably heard everything.
Yeah.
You know, because they made it in the beginning like, oh, the roommates were in the bottom floor asleep. They didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing. But that ain't the truth. That girl was on the same floor. She was awake. She heard everything. Not only heard it, but saw it. So
I think they were both awake.
I mean, I don't know for sure if they were both awake. But I thought that if the driver came for the food, that is on the very first floor, right? The door? Yeah. So that means it would have went down there to where Bethany was at. So around that 4 o'clock mark, Bethany should have probably been awake. And shortly after that, the killings happened. I mean, that means like you You opened that door, you went to the door, and then you went instantly to sleep. People don't go instantly to sleep. I mean, some people do if they're exhausted, but for the most part, you lay down, take a little time to go to sleep.
Yeah. And what's her name was on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You know, the
all she had to do was
DoorDash
call the
driver.
police, you know? Call the police. I'd have been
Yeah.
on the phone with the damn police as soon as I heard my friend screaming for help. And like, even if she thought it was Ethan beating up on Xana, okay?
Yeah.
You still shouldn't stand by for that. You should still be getting help. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't even attempt in that. I mean, she has to live with this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if even if she would have reacted, would it have been enough to save them? Maybe not, but it would have been better than not doing nothing. You know, that's what I think.
And they wouldn't have had the problem of a contaminated crime scene.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's true, people have went in there. All right, Mab, I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace.
All right, later. Dolly.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, Paper Cut Tina.
What are you doing on so damn early?
I've been doing the early morning thing. I'm going back to nights this week.
Oh, okay. I've been up all night, and it's 10 to 5, and I was on Messenger, and they're like, you know, Jimmy's on, don't you? I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
Oh, my God. What's the subject?
Oh, I was talking.
Bryan's DNA?
Okay, yeah, there was other DNA found in the house. Unknown DNA. So did he act alone, or is this just people that went in the house? And, you know, I was talking about is Don Wells really going to jail? We were talking about the Delphi stuff a little bit, too, with the Richard Island and the Keegan Klein, how they connected. And what else is going on out there? And I meant to look up when the next time the dude, the Doerman guy, Chad Doerman, is in court.
Yeah.
You know, the dude that killed his sons. I've been trying to keep up with that one. But, you know, he cried at first and acted all emotional. By the second court appearance, all them tears had dried up. He looked like like an asshole. That's the best way I can describe it. He just looked like a dude that was an asshole. I was like, this dude probably just an ass. Because the neighbors said that they would always hear him screaming at his wife, screaming at the kids. And when you see him, he just looks like one of those dudes. I don't know what that looks like, but he looks like it. You know, I could see him being an asshole. And, like, even when the police came and he just murdered those kids, how calm he was. And, like, oh, the dog won't bite you. I won't hurt you. I don't know. I was just disgusted by the guy. You know, I don't know why I follow people that I can't stand, but.
Yeah, he was so cocky with the cops. I mean, did I misunderstand that? He was like, oh, you could check my pockets. I just have such and such. It won't bite. The dog was already in the house. I was
he
like,
was just like, nothing's good. He was like, what's going on? And he's like, nothing. Like, nothing's going on. Dude, you just murdered your 3 kids. There's something fucking going on with you. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I couldn't believe it when the cop kind of nonchalantly said that. What's going on with you, man? Or whatever. It's like, what?
And, good morning, Erica. Not only that, but, like, I want to know what type of planning he did. He admitted that he planned this. What type of planning was involved? Like, did he go online and search? Well, I mean, how much planning do you got to do to be a crazy killer? Is it something that's you got to take notes on? I don't know. Now, if you was a crazy killer, Paper Cut Tina, you would take a bunch of notes, and there's probably a big process. Now, if I was a crazy killer, I would just be a crazy killer. I wouldn't take all those notes and all that shit. It wouldn't be a big process to me.
Right. I'd get a few paper cuts and, you know, and then do the killing.
Now, I could see Bryan Kohlberger being one of those people that would take notes. You know what I'm saying? Write down things. Oh, this might help me kill somebody better, and actually take note. He seems like one of those note takers like you, Paper Cut Tina. So he might have wrote some stuff on something somewhere. Yeah. And I bet you, here's one thing about Bryan Kohlberger. I bet you he ain't stupid enough to get on a jail phone and admit that he did it. I guarantee that. Like the Delphi guy.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm thinking when you brought up the DNA that it was the kids or whatever, the people. I guess they're not kids, the young adults that walked through the house and stuff. But then again, he did say, remember, or what did he say? Am I the only one that's caught or arrested or what? What did he? He said something like that.
Was I the only one arrested?
Yeah, and why? You know, I mean, is there really maybe someone else, or is he just trying to not deflect, whatever the word is I'm looking for?
I honestly believe this: if he left that knife sheath there, he left it there purposely.
Yeah.
Because look, there was no altercation, right? Here's the thing: not only that, but it was found under their body. Okay. So he pulls out a knife sheath, stabs them, places the knife sheath under their body. Right? Was he so arrogant that he was going to leave that clue maybe to throw off investigators, not knowing that there was some DNA on it? And maybe they were going to think a Marine did it or something like that. But I don't think that sheath was accidentally left there. I mean, because why would you leave it there? And why would it be under the body? If they would sleep when he stabbed them. Okay, they never got up. He just stabbed them to death.
Right.
They didn't have defensive wounds. But the knife sheath was under their body. So that means it was placed there. But why?
Yeah, under Maddie's, right?
But
under
why?
Maddie's.
See what I'm saying? Why? He didn't leave it. He placed it there. And he either placed it there out of being arrogant, you ain't going to catch me, or I don't know. Or he did it to throw the people off thinking, because at that time there was something going on with like some military stuff around there too. And
that's right.
Yeah, so maybe he did that thinking, okay, they'll think it's some Marine, and he left it purposely.
Right. There was a military school or something, right?
Yeah, I just can't see him like going, okay, let me be a criminology, have this degree in criminology and accidentally leave something. Now, if he'd have left it on somewhere sitting there, but this was under her body.
Right.
She didn't get up and fight. So that means if she was stabbed there, she never moved. He actually placed that knife sheath underneath her.
Right. And more than likely, he was wearing gloves, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think so.
He wears gloves. You know he was wearing gloves. He wears gloves when he's not killing people.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But then how did his DNA get... Oh, is it blood that was on there? See,
I don't be believing that DNA. I be thinking that DNA is a setup. I do. Some cases it ain't. Like some cases it really works, because I've seen them track people down from 30 years ago and they get them. Like, but sometimes I think they just, I don't know. I don't really 100% trust DNA. Because because usually when they ain't got an eye, they ain't got no real solid proof, they always got DNA.
Right.
You know, so I'm always like, I don't know if I trust that shit.
So you think maybe the cops planted it, or just saying that, or, I mean...
Well, I mean, if they have DNA, that should be able to be tested. The same DNA they use to test should be able to be retested by the defense to make sure it is right by another DNA company. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had to argue it and say, okay, well, this was tested by this place. Well, let's test it here as our defense. And if it ain't the same as what you're saying, there's some type of never fought. They never put up a struggle. How did the knife sheath get under her? He put it there.
Yeah. He had to have. And it's that military school or whatever was near the college, like you were saying. You know, they might have thought it was.
He was trying to throw it off. I think that's what he was thinking. He's thinking, okay, I'm going to leave this here. They're going to think it's some former Marine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the K-bar knife, blah, blah, blah. And he effed up the plan somewhere. I don't know. You know, he left that DNA.
Well, and you know what's got me baffled?
The thing to me is he seems like one of them dudes that would have wiped that thing off 7,000 times. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, certainly wouldn't have left it by mistake if he's, not practiced. Well, you think he's done this before. I don't. I just don't think he's killed before. I think that's another reason he went on such a frenzy with 4 of them, is he was having fun doing it. He was enjoying it.
It wasn't
I
a
don't know.
frenzy. It wasn't a frenzy. He didn't run out the house. He walked out the house.
I mean, a frenzy stabbing.
I don't think he probably was ever in a frenzy.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I mean, I figured he was in a frenzy once he came upon Ethan and stuff.
You ever listen to
his
Ted
goal
Bundy?
were the women,
Ted
and then
Bundy,
boom.
like BTK, they don't ever talk about frenzies. They're calm, calculated, do what they do, clean up, pack, do whatever, and leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean.
And when he was putting stuff in the garbage,
A
of
frenzy,
the neighbors.
I think a frenzy would be this: if you snapped and lost control and started reacting. See, these people ain't losing control; they're in control. To them, they are God. Your life is in His hands. You know what I'm saying? A serial killer almost has a God complex. I think a little bit, because they know that they have your life in the palm of their hand. Right? At any time, they can take your life that they want.
Mm-hmm. So have you studied all of them out there?
No,
I mean,
but a lot of them, yeah.
No, I'm not. Yeah, not studied, but I mean, are you kind of like me, where at least in the past you read one and then you want to read another and you look, because you know about Gacy, you know about quite a few of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I had heard of BTK. Right, but I didn't know the detail.
Dennis Rader, and I mean he.
Mm-hmm.
It's authority. Like, he was a person of authority. He didn't have a lot of authority. At one point he was like, hold on a second, Cobra Kai with the super chat. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, when you super chat now and leave a comment, it reads it on the screen, and then of course you got the. Did it play?
Oh my God. Yeah, I just saw it on my iPad.
Yeah, but it didn't, the volume didn't play. It was supposed to play that We Got a Damn Super Chat song.
Oh.
And it didn't play. Did y'all hear the volume to it? I didn't hear the volume to it.
I only hear you because I have my iPad turned down on purpose, so.
All right, hold on a second. I don't know why I didn't have no volume to that. Did y'all hear the volume, guys, in the chat? To the We Got a Super Chat? Or did y'all just see Upchurch on the screen? Because back in the day, it used to do it, and it... Hold on a second. Here's the Upchurch one.
You still do Upchurch's song?
I mean, usually when I come in on my intro. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay, but I mean, we got a super chat thing that you said Queen Bee stole it from you, and you said...
Oh, it was muted.
That,
there it is. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I had it set up like this, and then I stopped using it, but yeah, they stole it.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, so right there, Cobra Kai. This is another. Damn, thank you, Cobra Kai.
Aww.
So now it should play it, I think.
I think we got
That's
a super
cool.
cat.
But I'll have to listen back. I didn't know if you were doing... Oh, yeah, you are doing got a super chat. Good. Even though she stole it from you, kind of, and did her own thing to it, I'm glad it's back, because it was yours. You know what I mean? Or it is yours.
Well, technically it was Upchurch's. But, all right, Tina, you be good.
Okay. Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
I got to say one more thing.
Okay.
So I won't say who... Okay, let me ask you this. I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I don't mean to, but in Messenger, did you listen to my message about when I was up on Ernie's show?
I ain't had time.
Damn. Will you listen to it tonight? Or today, I mean?
Yeah.
Testing.
All right.
It
Just
works.
now, a clip channel came in, and it says, on my iPad, Paper Cut meets her idol.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, oh, my God. So, listen, I actually ended up going up on his panel, and I know you don't really care, but, you know, it's all fine. We just chit-chatted, and, you know, that's all.
Okay. All right.
But please listen to the message.
Okay, when I got to get a chance.
Yeah, when you get a chance. I know you're a busy man. All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
All right, Tina. Peace.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you guys for the super chat. Yes, it is working. Tested 1, 2, 3. It seemed to pop right on up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were some people that copied it, but it did come from the American Dream Chaser. It was Upchurch joking him, right? He was like, I think we got a super chat. And then I cut it out, made it our little thing. And then I guess some other people ran with it. Yeah, you know how people are. But hey, you know, I haven't streamed from this in a while from this platform. It's still set up like that, which I like it like this because I don't miss the super chats, because sometimes I'll just be ranting and talking on the phone, and I can't miss them when it reads them out. And then when new people sub, it'll wave. And then when you join, it'll do some shit like, you know, I guess it waves or something. Kaylin, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you guys. Thank you. I feel blessed. Okay? I feel blessed. I'm waiting for it to pop up, because as soon as I go to talk, it's going to pop up. Okay? It's a little bit of delay. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Tina from Georgia.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. I wanted to say that this is not my opinion. This is something that I heard, like, I'm going to say probably about 9 months ago on the YouTube streets. That Kohlberger was sitting in his car up on that hill.
Just for Ryan, smiley face.
All right, I got to play this song has to play.
I think
We got a super chat. I ain't heard it in a while, so.
Yes.
I think we got a super chat.
All right, go ahead now.
Okay. That Kohlberger was up on the hill behind the house with his drug friend. They were sitting there in the car, supposedly doing cocaine with his knife. What I heard is that, and like I said, this is not my opinion, that they were sitting there using the knife, okay, with the drugs. The friend said he was going into the house.
Yeah, but he's telling, the defense is saying he has no connection to that house.
The only connection that I could think of when I heard this was that the friend has a connection to the house because of drugs. He's the one that went in there with his knife, he says.
Oh, see, I ain't heard that.
He left. He said he waited a few minutes and he didn't come back, and he left.
Where did you hear this now? On the YouTube streets?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I heard that he had been driving around there. See, I also think he was the one that broke into the girl's car and like put her panties in the console. He didn't take nothing.
Yes. But this is just a rumor. And I did hear it on YouTube streets, and I can't tell you, I don't remember. It was just something that had came out, and that he said that he was innocent, and that they were sitting there doing whatever, and the guy said he was going to go in, and he took his knife and went in there. When he did, and he did not come back right away, he left. But then he supposedly went back. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying what was said 9 months ago when I heard it. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that he's going to get off, because that could just be a rumor that he was going around saying, and it's going to come out that they both went in there. I mean, as far as the other DNA, we all know that there was tons of people in that house on so many different occasions. So as far as having other DNA, yeah, you're going to have other DNA.
Yeah, but how would his get in there? Now, just because the knife sheath yeah, well, what? Then who took his knife? That's what you got to explain. Like, how did that knife sheath get there? If you didn't take it there, and it's yours, who stole it from you?
From what I understand, it was his friend that was in his car with him doing the drugs.
Mate, I don't know.
That is what I heard.
Yeah.
Him and another person was sitting up at that top there doing the drugs with the knife. And he got out of the car and said he was going to go in and be right back or whatever.
Let me ask
Brian
you
Kohlberger
this.
said,
Do you
ahead.
think the knife accidentally got left there, or do you think the knife was purposely left there?
I believe it was purposely left there to try to frame, if that's the truth.
I think so too. I don't think it was an accident that sheath got left, because like I said, you know, them girls didn't.
Why would it be under her?
Yeah, why would it be under if she didn't put up a struggle?
That's right.
The only two that put up a struggle was Ethan and Xana.
Xana. Yep.
Right. They had defensive wounds. So for that knife sheath to get up under her, he would have had to actually physically put it up under her.
Absolutely. And, you know, I mean, why did Brian say, did somebody else get arrested? He said he went back to the place after because he was looking for that friend.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Let's say allegedly, because they report that his vehicle was in that area again by 9 o'clock that morning, and
That's
a lot
right.
of people are like, "Well, he went back to get the knife," but that sounds so stupid to me. Because
I heard that before Kohlberger's sister posted on Facebook after he was arrested.
I heard that before Kohlberger's sister posted on Facebook after he was arrested. Okay, hold on, we got us.
Yeah, I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, I think, you know, that he left that knife purposely to try to frame somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't understand why he would let his DNA get on it if he's as smart as he thinks he is. You know what I'm saying? You would have to know, hey, I can't touch nothing. I can't have nothing on it. Even I know that, and I'm not like I know you can't touch shit, you know?
Yes. And like I said, but if they were sitting there doing what they were doing.
If I was going to go commit a murder, I've watched a lot of gang stuff. I would go steal a car. I'd go commit the murder. I'd set the car on fire. I've learned these things from all these, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do. There's a reason they do that, to destroy evidence. You don't go kill people in your own vehicle. Okay? Somebody sees the vehicle, they get the tag number, it leads them right to you. You steal one, you commit your crime, you blaze that vehicle, drive it off a bridge or something, and then you keep it moving. Like, he has to be the stupidest criminal ever.
Absolutely.
And to be a smart guy, you thinking, how can you be smart if you're so damn stupid? But then again, I'm stupid and pretty smart.
Yeah, and all we can do is wait until some more evidence comes out. That's the best thing, you know, I mean, that we can do. We can sit and say, well, we think it's this or we think it's that. But it was just something that I heard on the YouTube streets, and I just figured I'd throw it out there for the, you know, people to think about. Do I think? You know, no. I mean, I really don't know what to think anymore because everybody has thrown so much stuff out there. You know, he seems cocky. He seems as if he thinks he's going to get away with this. If he did do it, you know, I mean, it's all going to come out in the end. And hopefully he, you know, if he is involved, he'll get, you know, charged. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, you have a great day.
You have a good one.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Yeah, like, I've heard, you know, different things. Do they have the murder weapon? Do they not have the murder weapon? I heard Nancy Gray talking about driving the path that Bryan Kohlberger had went and where he may have threw the weapon out. Now, if they know the paths he's took and things of this nature, I don't know why they ain't really got this murder weapon, or do they have the murder weapon? We don't know. Now, I do know some weird other things that were strange, that there were some IDs in his possession that wasn't his. Okay? In the early, when they searched the house, he had some IDs. Now, I do believe, like I said, that he had done other peeping Tom type things. I don't think he was just creeping on them girls. I think he was creeping on women in general. Okay? Anybody in that area, he would drive out, he's a creep. Okay? He's a creepo. He has these peeping Tom tendencies, and the reason I believe he was seen so many times in this area is because he had been watching these girls in that area for a while. Like, you heard the girl come out and say from the police body cam video that, you know, somebody broke in her car, didn't steal nothing, but it was odd. They went through her panties and things of that nature. I do believe that was Bryan Kohberger. And I believe he had been creeping on the girls there. He'd been creeping on them girls and any girls that he could physically creep on. Okay? I believe that he may, okay, I may be wrong about this. He may have seen them 2 girls coming home. Okay? He may have seen them that night and knew they were intoxicated. I ain't saying that's definite, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with the kids, anything at the food truck. But at some point, was he around that food truck in a parking lot? Because way back in the day, somebody told me, you know, this is just some more internet stuff, that there was a white car parked in the parking lot near that food truck. Okay? And in one of the video stills, you can actually see the back tail light is white. In a tail light, you really can't tell what vehicle it is. But it was definitely a white car in proximity of that food truck that night, which a white cars, let's be honest, there's a million fucking white cars. You know, it's a kind of, you know, it's a stretch. But what if he did see him? You know? And then he's waiting. And he's about to get him. And then the Uber dude shows up. And then it's getting late. And he's like, all right, because it's already 4 a.m. You ain't really got a long time frame from, what, 4:11 or something of that nature till it's daytime. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the killing business. You gotta get to stepping if you're gonna do that, right? And I think if he did this, I don't think he was real unorganized. I don't think he was in a rage or a panic. One, if he was, he would have got in and out, right? He wouldn't have just kept killing. I think he killed who he wanted to kill. I believe he wanted to kill the 2 girls upstairs. He was confronted by Ethan. Okay? I don't even think Ethan was his plan. I think he was just going to go up there, stab them 2 girls, and slip out the house. When he came down them stairs, he encountered Ethan, and that fight began. And then, of course, we know how that we know how that ended. We ain't even got to go there. Trigger warning, right? Them people lost their life, Ethan and Xana. But I think that's only because they were the ones with defensive wounds. And he didn't kill them first. So, but I believe when he went up there and killed the 2 girls and the dog started barking, okay, remember? Dylan first heard the dog barking. So the dog was going crazy. He was trying to warn people, hey, there's a fucking killer in the house and he's stabbing people. The dog wasn't stupid. If the dog could have had a phone, it would have called the police. Okay, the little doggy knew, right? Dogs ain't stupid. They knew something was definitely wrong, and that dog was probably going crazy. That's probably what alerted Ethan, okay? Because you got to remember, they're right above Ethan. He has to come down that stairs. That dog is barking at the top of the stairs, okay? Going crazy. Poor dog, okay? And when he's coming down them stairs, Ethan opens that door. And then boom, not knowing, he opens that door to a psycho killer. And he comes in and boom, it's on. After that, it appears that he leaves. Right? Because I believe Ethan may have attacked. Like, I mean, that's my instinct. If you was to bust through this door with a knife in your hand, we fighting. I'm fighting for my life. Okay, instantly, we're going to town. You gonna kill me fighting. All right, and I believe Ethan, a big guy, I think he was the same way. That dude, he put up a fight, you know, and he just didn't. It wasn't a fight he could possibly win unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got somebody with a big ass knife. And like I said, Bryan Kohberger himself is not a small guy. He's a pretty athletic guy, tall guy, and plus you got a big ass knife. You know, a little bit of an unfair fight. You know, it's just amazing that everybody in the house didn't get killed. You know, just be honest, it's a miracle that dude seen Dylan, and he could have killed her. And he walked right past her. I think he was focused. hyper focused. He was so hyper focused on what he was doing that he wasn't paying attention. He went in there on a mission. He completed the mission, and he was exiting. And I don't even think he's seen Dylan. To be honest, I don't. I think if he would have seen her, he would have killed her. I think what it was even though he walked right by her, he didn't see her. I've been thinking about stuff and doing stuff, and people walk right by me and you not see them. It happens. When you're thinking about something else and you're focused on something else, you're not paying attention to every little detail, and he probably just walked, boom, right by her. And she's standing there froze, and he's so focused on what he just did and leaving that I believe he knew how many people were in that house. He knew all the girls that lived there. He knew they were there. He knew it was more than the 2 upstairs in that house because he had stalked the house. They said he'd been in the area multiple times, right? So if he's stalking them, he's going to know who's in the house. One thing, you want to know who's in the house? Did they ever check to see if any of the mail had been stolen? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Is your trash missing? Is somebody stealing your mail? Because when you open somebody's mailbox, it's going to tell you who lives in their house. Okay? It's going to be like, boom, 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 boom. All right, this is who lives at this address. If he is at the level of intelligence, he ain't no Hannibal Lecter, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be in jail. But if he has any level of intelligence, he wouldn't have committed this crime this way. Either you're either smart or you're dumb as hell. And if he left his sheaf to plant, to put the, maybe the search on to somebody else, that was his worst mistake. Because that's where they got the DNA. And let's just think, if you was a cop and you was going to set somebody up, why would you set Bryan Kohberger up? Why pick him? You know what I'm saying? Why just randomly pick that guy? So I don't think they planted the DNA. I think the DNA is legit. It's him. And the more that he's arguing that he has no connections to these people, the worse I think it is. And I would think if I was defending Bryan Kohberger, I'd be like, man, I was at this party. I was in that house. I left my damn knife sheath over there back fucking 6 months ago, man. I'm glad y'all found it. I've been looking everywhere. I've been all up in that house, man. I used to date the one girl. I slept with the other girl. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to hook up with all of them at the same time. I mean, then you just put yourself there. You put your DNA there. You put everything there right into place. Why would you argue, I ain't been there, when your DNA is there? You've been there. Okay? Your DNA don't get places you ain't been usually. I would have argued that, that's my homegirl. Me and Bethany was dating. I don't know why she's lying. We dated for 6 months. We were going to name our first kid Jake. Okay? You have to spin your story, right? I mean, if you're going to be defending yourself for your life, he's going to lie. He's lying, saying he's not guilty. So why not just blatantly lie? Like, yeah, man, me and Dylan was dating. She's in on it. Throw it all off. Like, twist it up. Like so crazy that you don't know what's going on. I think that's your only defense. Turn it into a circus. I mean, you can hire me if you got the money. I'll tell you some strategy. But the strategy they going with right now ain't the right strategy. Because you need to explain how your DNA is in that house. I would have came up with a reason my DNA was in that house. You can believe that. You know what I'm saying? I was out one day. I just figured I'd go around and share my DNA everywhere. Mark my territory. You know what I'm saying? So I went around and I pissed on every corner I could find. Okay? All throughout that college. I wanted them to know Dolly was a boss. Okay? I just come up with something. Just, you don't know them. I ain't been there. But your DNA is laid right up underneath a dead body. I don't know. Lawyer up with Jimmy. I would agree, easy to plant DNA. Yeah, but then you like I said, why plant his DNA? You could plant anybody in the world's DNA. Why did they pick Bryan Kohberger to plant his DNA? They didn't do that. Just like they did the whole OJ shit. Everybody knows OJ chopped them people's heads off. We all know that. There was no damn glove plant. You know, they tried to spin that. You know what I'm saying? That's just, everybody know what OJ did. Is there one person here that think OJ innocent? If you think OJ is guilty, press 1. If you think OJ was innocent, press 2. Okay? I just want to see if anybody in here thought OJ Simpson was guilty. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit bullshit. Okay? They spun it to white racists, a crooked cop, to all kinds of shit. They made that into a circus. You know why? Because that's the only defense you got. If you don't flip it upside down and shake it the fuck up, you're getting executed, bro. You're getting executed. Alright? I would make it so confusing that people would be like, what is going on? Right? And you put doubt in the people's minds. Right now, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in the world. You know, everybody knows if your DNA is there, you were there. Dolly.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Betty, in case you didn't recognize
I recognize
my
your voice. You sound normal today. The other day, you sounded a little scratchy or something.
Scratchy? I'm not
Scratchy.
So the DNA stuff is quite fascinating, and you know they're complaining that there's a lack of this DNA, and I agree with you, and I've said it multiple times that I thought the sheath was left there intentionally, but I disagree because you know Steve Gonzalez said that Kaylee had defensive wounds, that she was. That she fought hard. So it wasn't just Dana with defensive wounds, it was Kaylee Gonzalez as well. And they believe that it was possibly for her protecting her friend. But the sheath, I'm trying to figure out where the sheath was in the room. You know, we know it was next to her body, but was she face up or face down? You know, it's getting very technical for me.
I mean, it was, according to, I guess, the affidavit, it was underneath her body.
Well, there's two parts to this. Let me find my notes. There's two parts of this. So we have the original affidavit from Brett Payne, which basically says that, you know, from the door, it says right here, it says, as I entered the bedroom, I could see two females in a single bed in the room. Both Gonzalez and Mogan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I later noticed what appeared to be a tan leather knife sheath laying in the bed next to Mogan's right side when viewed from the door. The sheath was later processed. We know now that it was a K-bar knife, you know, with the insignia. But then when you go over to the motion for protective order, it says law enforcement found the K-bar knife sheath on the bed next to the bodies of Madison and Kaylee. The sheath was face down. That means the insignia was face down and partially under both Madison's body and the comforter on the bed. And we know that it was the right side of her body, so it almost implies that she was face down and closer to the edge of the bed as opposed to near the wall.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's really, I'm actually interested, and there are some videos of renderings. I didn't realize, you know, we know Gray Hugh, and we know that he, I think that's his name, Gray or Gary or whatever his name is, and he does a lot of the digital stuff, and he actually did a rendition of what he, you know, thought had happened early on. I think he did it back in March, and it's off now that we have more information, but I thought it was a really good rendition of walking through the house and the possible positions of the bodies, and I got to see that yesterday for the first time. I didn't even know he did it. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think, though, like, do you think that his intent was to kill Ethan and Xana, or do you think his intent was just to kill the two girls upstairs and he was confronted by Ethan?
You know what? I'm kind of conflicted on that answer because I believe he went in there for mayhem. I think he knew that the people in, I think he knew how many, I think he studied the house enough to know how many people lived there. I'm surprised he left Bethany and Dylan, you know, unharmed, but thank God that he did. I don't know the answer to that because, you know, it comes back to, was the house targeted or was the occupants targeted? Remember, that was one of the original questions from law enforcement. And the more I dig in and the more I find out about this case, I can't make heads or tails one way or the other.
Yeah, but why would
Based on
somebody
the
target a
actual
house without having a problem with somebody in the house?
Because it seems, here's my, this is kind of, you know, peeking up under my hood a little bit. So I've been, you know, trying to hone in on the connection between Bryan Kohberger and the victim. And here's what I know. And I don't know what this means, but I believe it does have some kind of connection. It was 5 days after their original party of August 16th that Bryan Kohberger originally popped up over in their area for the first time. He was seen on camera and pulled over by law enforcement on August 21st. Mm-hmm. That was literally 5 days from that big, massive group street party where several houses were having those parties. That was August 16th. So I truly believe that there was something there that brought him in at that time, and he went and checked it out on the 21st.
So do you think he may, even though he may not have been in that house, do you think he's been in any of the neighbors' house? Just because he's saying he don't know them people, that don't mean he don't know the neighbor.
I think he scoped out. I think he tried to decide which house he was going to attack. When he went out there, honestly, in August, I don't think he had a victim in mind. He knew what he was going to do, but I don't think he had a victim. He showed up in Pullman, Washington, I believe on the 27th, July 27th, 26th through the 27th, I believe was when he actually got to Pullman, Washington. So by the 21st, obviously, he had his eyes on that property. So within a month, I really think that there was something from that party that was posted online that kind of drug him over to that house and to them for victims. And there's something in that 5 day window. I just feel it in my gut.
I think he was stalking the area, not just them, but any girl in that general area. He was looking like he was, you know, like a shark circling. He's just looking for the opportunity to get a snack. You know, and I think he must have somehow saw that opportunity. I mean, is it possible he saw these girls drunk? He saw them post something online or something that he was like, okay, now's the time to get them, maybe?
I think how he got involved in that, and I think this is where the law enforcement is going to have a hard time tracking it. But I believe that it was maybe somebody that came to that party from Pullman that may have posted it on a group chat or something that he saw, and maybe some of the photos he saw some of the girls in it, and then that's when he went over there. I just believe something from that August 16th, because it was literally 5 days from that party to the time he first showed up at their house. So I think there was something posted that he caught his attention.
Oh, maybe so. I mean, something drew him to that house. Yeah. And another thing, though, is it seemed like he knew the layout of the house. I mean, if he had been watching it, or, you know, I mean, I guess he's not a smart dude. He could go right on Zillow, take a virtual tour of the house. You know, that's the weird thing.
And he would have probably done that. Think about it. He is a meticulous person. He would have researched the hell out of it.
But it seemed like he knew what bedroom they were in. You know, and I honestly, like, some people think that he wanted to kill Ethan and Xana. I don't think he did. I think he had his target, and he was confronted, and he only killed them because he was confronted. I think he had plenty of time. I don't think he was rushing for time.
Gotcha. Yeah, he might not have been, but I know no matter how well you plan, I mean, even for us, if we plan a trip to go cover a case, no matter how well you plan, you can't plan for everything.
You can't.
know?
That is true. Shit happens.
You just can't. So that's the bad thing about these planned murders. They'll never be able to plan them to a T and get away with it. The only way you're going to get away truly with a murder is no possible connection to that person. He had a great opportunity here, but he fouled it up. He didn't clean the sheath as well as he thought he cleaned the sheath. He wasn't considering all the cameras in the area. You know, he made a lot of crucial mistakes that he should have known about. He should have borrowed a friend's car if he had a friend. And there probably isn't a second person, which I know you believe there's a possibility of a second person.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a second person. I just think that
Right, possibility. Yeah.
to be so, people think he's so smart. He committed the stupidest crime, you know, driving his own car, and he leaving stuff behind. I mean, that don't sound like a super intelligent criminal at all. To be like, you know, he's got a master's degree in criminology. It's something a stupid criminal would do.
But you got to remember, there's such things as book smarts and street smarts, and you can be the smartest person, you know, education-wise, and just really have no street smarts. There could have been, you know, there's a few things we don't know about, okay? We know that the sheath was, I mean, let's play devil's advocate. We know the sheath was laying next to Maddie's body. What we don't know was that sheath torn. Was that sheath violently ripped off something of his? Was there other items linking him there that we don't know about? Because the probable cause affidavit is just the minimal amount of information they need to put in a report to get the probable cause warrant, a warrant for his arrest.
Yeah,
So
I don't think you could snatch that leather strap off one of them K-bar knives. I don't think that would break. You could dangle from that thing, and I don't think it would break off.
No, but you could break a belt. You could break a belt.
You probably could break a belt, yeah.
Yeah, there's other ways. I mean, we have to think about it, but we don't know. You know, I believe it was planted there based
And
upon the
Dylan,
information.
here's the thing: if he left a sheath, right? Let's just say we know he left a sheath, so that means he has the K-bar in his hand. Okay,
Yeah.
because where else would he have it? He don't have a fucking sheath for it, right? You ain't gonna stick it in your pocket because it'll stab you. So he's literally walks past Dylan with the knife in his hand.
Yeah.
So not only does she see a man with a mask on, she sees a man with a mask and a knife because he don't have a sheath. It has to be in his hand, and she still does nothing. Well,
But you know what? When you're kind of I'm sure you've been in a situation where you've had that split-second shock where you had the pins and needles just go through your whole entire body and you're kind of frozen there for a second.
I get it.
We've all had that experience. But when we're in that experience, we're frozen or fixated on something. So even though he may have had a knife in her hand,
She might not have noticed it. Yeah. Just like he didn't notice her.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's that possibility. It seems really strange that such a brutal murder could take place and she didn't call the police, no, but not a 911 nothing. And if I was his defense, I mean, I'm just saying, there's multiple DNA in that house. This woman seen the killer, didn't call the police. Why didn't she call the police? She's involved in it. Or here's another thing. So he's saying he has no communication. He don't know him. I think that I would try to put myself there, right? I mean, as my defense, I would be like, hey, I was at a party that was there. I must have dropped my knife when I was there. But he's saying he don't know these girls. He ain't been there. That's their defense. I think that's a terrible defense because if you can place yourself there, you can place your DNA there.
But we don't know if that's his defense. We're assuming that. They have made no indications related to how...
They have. They said he has no... They said this recently. I read it just like from 4 hours ago that they're saying he has no ties to him. The defense is saying that.
No, that's not exactly what it says. It basically alleges that the lack of evidence tying him to it because it says right here, I've got it right here, it remains unclear. Oh, wait, hold on. Here it is. It says, no matter what comes first, the car or the genetic genealogy, the investigation has provided precious little. There is no connection between Mr. Kohberger and the victims. There is no explanation for the total lack of DNA evidence from the victims in Mr. Kohberger's apartment, home, office, or vehicle. That's what was said.
Yeah. So they found They found his DNA there, but they ain't found none of their DNA on none of his shit.
According to the defense, that's correct.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. You would think there'd be fucking blood all over that car.
Yeah, but we identify as Bryan Kohberger as a meticulous person, but sometimes
You
when it comes
can't
to
be
this lack
meticulous.
of DNA, lack of blood, we remove that. We forget that how meticulous he is.
He would have
And
had
the
to
fact
change clothes when he stepped out.
Yeah.
He would have had to change clothes. But Dylan said
But
he
you
walked
said-
past, cloud and, all black with a black mask. Did he step out the door and take that off?
He could have.
Because if
He
not,
could have.
and put it in a bag, if not, there'd be blood. It takes 1,000 drops of water to clean up one tiny drop of blood.
Yeah.
And they could still find it. And you
Yeah,
got to
he
figure
could've-
he would have had blood all over him.
Yeah, but he would have, back where he parked behind the house. I've been back there at night. It is virtually pitch black. He could literally be out there, stripped down, butt-ass naked, pack up the clothes, clean up, wipe himself down on the outside of his car, and literally nobody on earth would see him.
Yeah, that reminds
It
me
is
of a Clint
black
Eastwood
out
movie.
there.
There was a killer. There was a killer back in the day. He would go in and he would be naked when he went in, so he wouldn't leave no DNA or nothing like that. And then as soon as he'd leave, he'd take a fucking shower and bleach himself. I know it was some weird stuff like that, but I don't know. He would have had to come out them clothes, because for them not to find. But he did have a long time to clean that car. I mean, he had a long time.
6 weeks.
But not
And
even
you're talking
not a
about
hair.
at crime lab at his school. He has cards to get access to school on off hours.
Where's the shoes? Right? Where's the
Where's
bloody
clothes?
shoes?
Where's the knife?
Where's the
It's all
clothes?
gone.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a slam dunk from the get, but maybe it ain't a slam dunk.
If they would have broadened his, I think they have broadened his search warrant. They took it all the way back to June 23rd. So I think they're going to be able to find out where he went, because I think what we're going to find out is if they're tracking him well and they go back to when he arrived in.
Somebody said he didn't have shoes. He was wearing roller skates.
Probably.
Right.
But if you go back and you look at where he visited, I guarantee they're going to find a place in a desolate area that he visited multiple times, and that was him scoping out a place for him to dump all this stuff. They need to find that place. But this is a place that he would have gone to multiple times and been there, for a significant amount of time, finding places that was, he would have scoped that out.
Yeah.
Again, a meticulous killer here, in my opinion. So, but
All
I
right,
heard
Betty.
you talking about DNA, and it was what I've been talking about, and actually going to be doing more on it. So I thought I'd pop in here and say hi to everybody. Hi, Turtle Gang.
Awesome. Well, it was good talking to you. You have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, God bless you.
All right.
God bless you.
All right.
All right.
Peace. All right. Shout out to the coffee club. Bullhorn Betty in the house. Look, guys, I'm going to kick into a song real quick. I got to grab something real fast. So hold the phone lines for a second, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, don't go anywhere. This will give you a minute to like the damn video. Just in case you don't know what it means to like the video. All right, just in case you're brand new today to YouTube, right? It's your first day on the damn block, all right, on the YouTube streets. There's this little thumb up button. It don't cost you nothing. All you do is poke it with your little mouse. You hover that shit over it, and you be like, click, okay? And if you want like a touch screen because you all high tech and shit, you just touch it. It's easy as that. It's like absolutely free. Don't cost you nothing, right? A great way to support a channel, keep Dolly alive, and good stuff like that is to hit the join button. I'm kicking into this song. I'll be back with y'all in like 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Showed me your affection, but I was looking for perfection, so I moved on and on and on to someone new.
Hit that like button, turtles.
This time, you are more than the flavor of the
Okay. I'm back with you guys. I'm back with you. Let's cut that down. Roger Rabbit, we can keep it cyber only. Okay, this ain't no hookup room. You better go on with that craziness. Alright. So anyway, let me pull my screen back up so I can give y'all daymares. Since it's daytime instead of nightmares, this face right here will give you daymares. Okay? It's where you just have a bad dream during the day. Alright? Anyway, enough about damn Kohlberger. Alright? That dude, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. And I might go out and sit in on his trial a little bit because I'm not still sure if they're going to televise everything. Right? So if it ain't going to be televised, I might have to go out there and watch a little bit of the Kohlberger trial. And I'm definitely going to try to sit in on a little bit of the Leilani trial at the end of this summer. Okay? Especially if everything goes decent for me in Georgia. Once that's over with, I'm going to go back to good old Georgia, Savannah. Okay? And try to sit in on a little bit of that Leilani trial this summer. You know, I don't think it's going to last long because I think it's pretty cut and dry what she did. Okay? You know, of course, she threw her damn baby in the dumpster. And they saying, you know, little Quentin died, trigger warning, blunt force trauma. Okay? You know, she beat him to death. And I don't know if she hit him with an object or what. But they have some other evidence that they've been saying. They never really specified, but they said they had some other stuff. And they're saying, you know, that the baby died from blunt force trauma. But like I said, I think that's a really hard one to prove. She's guilty, period. I hear you, Erica. I hope they don't let her get a bond. Like, because Erica's right down there where Leilani's at. And, you know, Corey Bigsby, which is Cody Bigsby's dad here, pretty much the same kind of situation as Leilani. Okay, what we don't know what he did with the baby. We know Leilani threw it in the dumpster. We just don't know what he did. And they've given this man a bond, and he's out right now, which is absolutely insane. Now, I hope Leilani don't get out, and I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna let her out because they know they let Leilani out, all hell might break loose. They don't want all that shit back in Georgia no more. I'm pretty sure. They erected their little signs, you know, to keep people away. That one little sign, like, you cannot be here. All right. Do they still have them signs, Erica, in front of Leilani's house? Do you know? Did they take the signs down, or do they still have them 3 signs up? You can hang out anywhere you want on that road. You just can't hang out in front of their house. She better pray she's gone. Yeah. You know, that was one of my things with the whole Leilani thing is when she came out and sat outside, I thought something bad was going to happen to her. I honestly did. You know, what she did is terrible. We know that, right? Absolutely terrible to kill your kid. But it's also 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I thought somebody was going to go up there and like attack her or do something crazy. That was my biggest fear of it all, is especially when they came outside, that somebody would try to hurt her. Now, we did see people go up there trying to fight with her, you know, pulling up, screaming, running up in the driveway, things like that. But that day she was out there, nobody really messed with her. And I was thinking, thank God, because I thought somebody was going to just, you know, that's a horrible thing to be accused of. But at that time, I guess, they didn't have Quentin. So I guess people were still giving her maybe a little tiny bit of benefit of the doubt, which I don't think they were. But you know, at least they got her before the holidays. She spent her first Thanksgiving, Christmas in jail, and hopefully she stays there, you know. And I think they did a good job staying the course. I didn't, I had little faith in that they would find Quentin, but it's just I'm wrong. I was just thinking, man, I don't know, because I had heard so many stories about people searching landfills and never finding nothing. I hope I don't ever see Corey Bixby. We are Cody's voice. I hope I don't ever see him either. I was talking about it the other day. Somebody asked me, would I say something to him? Absolutely, I would say something to him. And he's not staying too far from me, from my understanding, right down the street. And I know he can leave that house. He can leave to go to the doctors. He can leave to go to his lawyers. And he's on an ankle bracelet. But we don't need that shit in our community. How the state of Virginia don't see this man as a danger. There's a missing kid, and them ankle bracelets, I hate to say this. You can, yeah, he's not too far from me. I'm right here near Norfolk. I know where he's at. It took me a little bit, but it is what it is. I think everybody should know where he's at. That's the thing. Everybody should know where this man's at. Everybody in that community should know that they have a child killer in their community. That's what I think. You let these people out on the streets, you make our streets unsafer. Not only is it unsafe for people in that community, but it's unsafe for him. This dude is, I couldn't believe it. I absolutely could not believe it. When I heard the news that he had a bond, I was thinking, okay, they gave him a bond. It's going to be something crazy high where he can't get out. Okay, they're just doing that, to save face because they violated his constitutional rights by not giving him a lawyer. That's what I was thinking. How wrong was I? And then, I was like, he got a bond. I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be something crazy. Then when I seen the damn bond, I was like, no way. I go to jail for trespass, and I got a goddamn higher bond than that in Virginia, right? They don't never let Dolly out. They'll let somebody literally kill their kid and give them a bond. Let me get locked up again. I'm going to tell the magistrate, I'm going to be like, look, shit, y'all giving bonds to damn baby killers. You better let me out. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Whatever judge ordered that shit, vote him off the bench. Good Lord. There's just some things. Tell us where the baby's at. Maybe we'll let you bond out till you go to court. But to not know where that kid is at and let this man walk free? Oh, hell nah. It's another Leilani. That's what it is. And the crazy thing is, remember when I said, guys, this will never happen again. I'll never have to worry about a situation like that. Leilani shit, me going to jail, all this shit happening again. Well, guess what? It's happening again. And not only is it happening again, it's happening in my neighborhood. Okay? I was like, this won't never happen again. What's the odds of a baby killer just walking the streets? What's the odds? It won't happen again. And boom, here we are. It's happening again. And I can't go do nothing about it. I'm still trying to get out of trouble for Georgia. Okay? I still got to get out of the Georgia trouble before I can go say shit to anybody in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I can't remind the neighbors there's a baby killer living next door to them if I'm already in trouble. Because Virginia don't play. They'll lock your ass up quick around here. So, I ain't in the best timing right now to be letting baby killers out. Maybe let me get done with this Georgia shit, Virginia, and then let baby killers go. But letting baby killers out in my neighborhood, and I still got to clear this legal shit up from the last baby killer I was dealing with, is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good thing. And I pray I would want to see him, because I damn sure would say something to him. Damn, it'd be bad. I know that. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be something good I'd say to him. One, because I got ate up by fucking mosquitoes, right? I'm saying something horribly mean to the guy, right? I know, and I'm going to get the chance to say something to him too. He's going to hear Dolly voice before it's all fucking said and done. He'll get to hear me. I know that. And he owes me 3 pints of blood, okay? 3 pints of blood. And I just want to know where that baby's at. Why not just tell the people, Tell the people. They know the baby had been gone 7 months before it was reported, right? Why not just, I don't know, man. Virginia let me down on that. That's all I can say. Like, I remember I was just preaching my people. I was like, guys, this will never happen again. I'll never be in a situation where there's a baby killer and it's not locked up and blah, 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 blah. And boom, here we are in the same damn situation. Same shit. I feel like that's what I would be like if Leilani was home. She made a few people pretty angry. Now, I don't know if Billy Joe, I haven't heard much from Billy Joe lately. You know, I haven't heard much of what's going down in Savannah. I guess all the locals that were streaming, I ain't even heard nothing from them. All the crazies, I ain't heard nothing from the crazies or nothing going on down in Georgia. It's actually been pretty quiet. So, I don't even know Leilani's court date. Does anybody in here know when Leilani goes to court? I know it's after me, you know. There was another child who escaped his home too, being starved. They violated his civil rights. He may get off either way. I don't see the dude ever going back to prison. Shit. Here's the thing. If we violated his civil rights, pay him, okay? But that don't mean he didn't commit the crime. Poor Betty says BJ should be in the cell next to Leilani. Okay? I want to know what's in Leilani's diaries. Right? How much she mentioned Dolly. How good looking she thought I was. Okay? I'm just curious. How many times I'm mentioned in them books. Okay? Because I'm thinking if you're writing about stuff that's going on that day, you're going to have to mention the weirdo that's outside. You know how many people really thought I wanted to marry Leilani? Or that I liked Leilani? I think that was insane. Like anybody in their right mind, the sign was a joke. Okay? I didn't make the sign. Right? I hear people talking about this shit all the time. I didn't make the sign. A lady made the signs and she brought it to me. As you know, as a joke. You know, I like the joke. I didn't go out and get a sign that says, Leilani, will you marry me? That's why I kept it. Okay? Because some lady made it. Okay? And matter of fact, I think the lady that made it is the wife of Billy Joe's ex-husband. Okay? Billy Joe's ex-husband's new wife, I believe, is the one that gave me those signs. I may be wrong, but I think that is who gave them to me. Okay? So I didn't make the sign. And the turtle mask, I never went down there in a turtle mask. I didn't even have a turtle mask. Karen, okay, the lady that was down there, she brought the turtle mask. So I never had the sign or the turtle mask, okay? So I got all that. And the only time I really wore that is like for little stupid photo op shits. And, but I thought it did a good job of drawing a little attention to it, you know, to the situation, because there was, believe it or not, and yet you don't have to believe it if you want to or not. But there was people out there that was driving down the street that didn't know what was happening. They didn't know the lady had killed her baby. They didn't know she threw the baby in the dumpster. I mean, their local news down there sucks, okay? Sorry, Erica. Y'all's news sucks, okay? And nobody watches it. So they don't know. You would think that everybody in the whole neighborhood would know this girl killed her baby and threw it in the dumpster, right? But people were stopping constantly. Hey, what are y'all doing out here? This lady killed her baby. Next thing you know, they're pulling over, joining us, right? So a lot of people think it was... Most of the people down there were locals, right? The only people that wasn't local, I think, was me and Betty. Everybody else was locals, and so it's the worst. The devil went down to Georgia. I don't know. I know I'm be going back. I guess I'm going to be going back a few times this summer, you know. I'll be down there. Y'all get to see Dolly's face in good old Savannah. All right. I wish I didn't have to. I just don't want to set up residence in Georgia. You know, as long as I can avoid a residence, I'm good. I'm good with it. Hey, you're 30 minutes from Savannah. Cool, cool. Cobra Kai says can't touch this. Pittsburgh Nurse says I have to catch the replay. But Betty scares the devil. You just got the notice for my live? Well, that's a little damn late. I've been here for like 2 hours. Okay. Let me refresh the phone lines. I ain't heard that ring in a while. You guys are quiet this morning. That must be time. That must mean it's almost time for me to go since y'all so quiet. You just got the notice. That's insane. All right, let me shut this camera for a second. Your notifications are the worst lately. Going to breakfast with the hubby. See you later. All right, Chatty Jen, you be good. Be safe. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm going to get me some food and me here soon. What time? How long have I been here? Like an hour and 45 minutes? So I'm going to be here just a few more minutes with you guys. And then I'm going to get out of here myself. Get me some grub on. Hey, Dolly from Oregon. What is going on, Oregon? I had a good time when I was in Oregon. You know, the smoke out there was cheap. Sassy7 says all night for me also. Most of you guys have been up all night. Good Lord. Now, tonight I will be back. I doubt I'm going to be here this afternoon with you guys. So, you know, it's just an early morning show for me. But I will be here late tonight. My schedule's a little jacked up right now. Dolly.
All night.
Paper Katina.
Yeah. I'm calling again because no one else is calling, so I'm calling again.
That was a sign from the little baby Jesus. It means, Dolly, you can go leave.
Well, you said 10 more minutes.
Oh. Did I say
but
that?
I won't talk that long.
Okay.
I'll spare you. So with the Doberman, not Doberman, that's a dog. Doerman. Is that how it's pronounced? Doerman?
Doerman. The Chad Doerman?
Oh, Doerman. Okay, yeah.
The guy that killed his 3 sons?
Yeah. You know what's really weird about that? I wanted to touch upon this before when I called.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact he just did it in the middle of the afternoon like that. I mean, it's just weird.
I think he was a little drunk when he did it. I think he had been drinking.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. He was drinking every day,
according
to the neighbor.
Yeah, and according to the girl, I guess his wife was going to leave him if he didn't stop drinking. And I think this has, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'd like to know what type of planning he was doing. Like, because they said he planned this before. And I don't, like, 30 days before this, he had started planning it or something, a month before it. I wonder what he was doing to plan it.
Yeah, now I heard it was a couple of months before. And what makes me think about that is that she threatened divorce 2 months before. So I'm wondering if he didn't, hop on the computer and look up, well, you don't have to look up too many ways of killing someone, but like you said, how to plan it, right? I mean, I'm talking all nonchalantly about such a horrific thing.
See, here's the thing. How can you plan something like that? You got to know that the outcome is going to be you're going to prison and you're going to get executed. So there's really, there shouldn't have to be no planning involved in you going to prison. You know what I'm saying? People know he's not insane. He knows hurting them babies, he was going to go to prison for the rest of his life. And you look now he's not even shedding a tear. Right. His last court appearance, his eyes were dry as a bone.
Yeah, did I see that? I think I did, where they read off all the charges.
Yep. And
21 counts.
Yep, 21 counts. He sat there and said, yes, Your Honor, I understand. Yes, Your Honor. He never cried. He never had a crack in his voice. He never sounds sorry. That first day he showed up in court when he was coming down from being a drunk, yeah, he was upset because he's going through them withdrawals. Now he don't care. He didn't care about none of them people.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get a lot of flack in true crime community here, but I'm just going to say it, Jimmy. I know what he did was horrific, but I felt sorry for him when he was squeezing his eyes and crying.
I didn't feel sorry for shit.
Well, no, and I knew you were going to say that, but after hearing some of the details of like ripping the baby out of the mother's arms. Did you know this stuff? Well, yeah. He chased the one boy. Ripping the baby out of. Go ahead.
Yeah, he chased one of them down. One of them ran. He ran that one down, executed it, and then shot it in. Then shot him again when he was on the ground. Goes back in the house, snatches the other baby out the mama's arms, shoots that baby right in front of her. Yeah. Right, 2 times, right in the head, in front of the mother. Yeah. Where did I hear these details? Oh, he said them. It was at the court thing. Mm-hmm. The prosecutor said them. Yes. Yeah, it's horrific. I mean, it's like the prosecutor said, he said, I've never asked for a bail this high, and I pray to God that I never have to ask for a bail this high again, and I never see something this horrific. I mean, it's unexplainable why somebody would do some shit like that.
Yeah, and I still kind of think, Jimmy, that maybe, well, I don't know. It sounds lame now that I'm saying it again, but he didn't want to pay child support either for 3 kids. He didn't want to give her a dime. I'm not saying that's the sole reason he killed the boys. It was obviously to get back at her.
Yeah,
right?
That I believe it was to punish her. It was to hurt her because you could hear her screaming, "You just took my life away. You just took my life away." And she probably loved them boys with everything, and he knew hurting them boys would hurt her. And he just was probably one of them dads that didn't give a F, you know? I mean, you can give birth to a kid, it don't make you a father.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You're a sperm or something. Sperm donor.
So anyway, Tina.
Whatever I'm trying to say. Yeah, well, I'll let you go. I don't usually call twice. I think in the 10 months or whatever I've been on here, I've called twice now.
Okay.
I mean, again, twice. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Peace. Yeah, what this dude did to that lady and these kids is horrific. I mean, it's no explaining it. He wasn't out of his mind. He was clearly coherent. He was telling the police to put the dog up. The dog wasn't going to bite him. The woman was in the background screaming and crying. You can hear it in some of the 911 calls too. And you can imagine the trauma that he put his stepdaughter through that she's going to have to deal with the rest of her life, and his wife. Dolly.
Jimmy son, I just wanted to say happy Independence to everybody. Let's have a great 4th. Be safe. I'll see you guys down range.
All right.
Support Dolly Vision, and thanks, Jimmy son, and thanks to everyone that's tuned in today. You guys are great.
Peace. Okay. So anyway, yeah, if I don't see y'all guys between now and then, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on YouTube every day between now and then, but just in case, happy 4th of July. Anybody got any really big plans? Anything great? Cooking out? Anything good? Make me a plate of food? Dolly like to eat. I'm getting skinny. All right. A good way to keep Dolly from being skinny, all right, is to hit that join button. For less than a cup of coffee, right? 1 cup of coffee, you can feed a starving Dolly. That's right. Okay? All out in the wild and shit. I don't have to be skinny. It's up to y'all. Right? I can get some meat on my bones. All you had to do is hit that damn join button. Okay? Simple as that. It ain't even hard. Okay? So, we're going to find out with Bryan Kohberger. Now, I'm hearing this. People are saying Don Wells, #1 suspect. Summer Wells. I don't think Don Wells is the #1 suspect. When I hear that, is he involved in the cover-up of this? I believe so. But is he the #1 suspect? I would say he's the number 2 suspect. I believe the number 1 suspect is Candace, okay? Candace. Now, I don't know if Don's going to jail, if they're going to violate his probation, or what the hell they're going to do with him. I don't think it really matters. We're not going to get no answers. If we didn't get no answers last time he went to jail for a year, almost a year, we didn't get nothing. So if he goes back to jail, we ain't going to get nothing. Remember, we might get a little bit of drunk Candace grifting on the internet, right? We might get a little bit of that, right? But that's it. That's all we're going to get. The lady has drank so much that, and she's never told. Like, you know, some people say alcohol is like a truth serum, you know, that you're going to tell, you're going to get drunk. And I think every YouTuber hopes that. They're going to get them up on their panel, and they're just going to say, I killed Summer Wells, which is never, ever in a million years in this lifetime going to happen, okay? If the people, okay, like somebody, like Betty was saying, some people have no street smarts, like Bryan Kohberger. He should have stole a vehicle, torched it, because he don't have no street smarts. He's just a book smart dude, okay? Don and Candace ain't book smart. I believe they got a lot of street smarts, okay? Like, when you raised up by the streets, you know the streets, okay? Some people are a little bit of both, right? Some people know the streets, and some people know their books, right? But I believe Don and Candace, they just know the streets and conning like carnies, okay? But Candace's alcoholism's gotten so bad that she can't even really hold it together, right? Every time you see her now, she's pretty effed up, right? Well, I did see her that day of the disappearance, 2 years of summer, and she was straight. But I think she knew that. Like, they did it early. And I met Candace early and Don early in the day. And I guess, when they first wake up, I don't think the first thing they do is grab a bottle, okay? They probably, eat and do normal things. And then, as the day progresses, they start drinking. So if you catch them early, they're pretty pleasant people. You catch them later in the evening, by then they done forgot who you are and they're drunk as hell. Don probably did an 8-ball, and you just never know what you're going to get with those people. Like, if they've been ordered back to Tennessee, or if, I just honestly don't know how the PO could tell you that. I don't know. Possibly they told somebody that. But I would think if you gave out my private information as a PO, I'd be a little fucking upset. I don't know what you could do, but go complain to the judge, be like, the PO is giving out my personal information. Now, I know you can call people's POs and report them for shit, but I didn't know they could give you any information, okay? Like, if you called up and said, hey, this person's on probation, they're damn selling drugs in the community. I know you could call somebody's PO and tell them things like that, right? But I didn't know a PO could be like, well, yeah, we got them coming in, they got to take a piss test. I think some of that, there's a little bit of truth in it. Like, maybe he's on PO when he got to come into the PO. But I don't know, because you can never believe nothing Don and Candace says. I just can't. I think it's all a hustle. Dolly.
Good morning, Dolly.
Good morning.
It's Selena. I have been wanting to call you on this Bryan Kohberger thing for so long, and so I'm really glad that you are having this this morning, even though I just woke up and I'm not thinking correctly.
You're all right.
So, how do you feel? How do you feel about the death penalty in that case?
I feel like they should already have his ass zapped up, to be honest. But that's me.
Right.
I support the death penalty to the fullest. I think you take a life, you deserve to have your life taken.
I absolutely do too. The only thing is in that case, I feel like they haven't proven to me that he has done anything. And I know I'm coming up here after Tina saying that. about, feeling bad for the other guy. I don't feel bad for him. But I don't think. In some ways, I'm questioning whether he was set up. There's no blood in that car. How is there no blood in that car?
I don't know that one either. That is crazy. Welcome to the murder crew, Johnny.
I just feel like there's not enough evidence for me to take someone's life.
Keep
if
it
I was
down.
a juror.
Yeah, I mean, it's the lack of evidence that I would be concerned about.
Right.
They have some evidence, but what about all the evidence that should be there? Like blood in his car, blood at his apartment, a murder weapon, the shoes he was wearing, maybe the clothes he was wearing, something of that nature, but none of that's there.
Right. Right. I just, after slaughtering 4 people, you're going to be covered. I mean, even if he went outside, skinned down, and hosed off, it's still going to be remnants of blood somewhere to get in that car.
It should be soaked into the seats. It should be on the floor mats. It should be on the door handles. It should be everywhere.
Everywhere. And, even if you cleaned up that car in the meantime, luminol is going to find it.
Yeah.
I mean, how many murderers have cleaned up their crime scene and still luminol will find that trace, even in a drain?
I used to own a paint company, and this little girl was murdered in an apartment that I was painting.
Oh.
And I didn't know at the time the little girl was murdered in an apartment.
Uh-huh.
And my baby's mama was working with me, and she calls me into the back room, and she's like, yo, there's some blood on the baseboard, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not thinking somebody got killed in the house and nothing like that. So usually what we'll do is we'll wipe it off, and we'll spray it with Kills, which it's a stain killer.
Yeah.
And then we paint it, okay? So that's what we did. So as I paint this whole apartment, there's a knock at the door. I open it. It's detectives, police.
Oh, God.
And the first thing, look, I'm standing there in paint clothes, respirator, everything on. The detective looks at me and goes, did you just paint this apartment? Which is the stupidest question in the world. I mean, I got spray rigs out, paint. You know what I'm saying? You can see I just painted it, right? He's like, did you just paint this apartment? And I was like, yeah. He goes, did you see anything unusual in it? Right? And right off the bat, I go, nope, I ain't seen nothing. And my baby's mama goes, what about the blood? Right? And he goes, y'all seen some blood? And she's like, my baby's mama's like, yeah. He goes, take me to where you seen it. Right? And soon as we took them back there, they started coming in, people in there, taping off the windows. They were getting ready to spray it with luminol. The detective told me, even though we painted it and kills it, if there's blood there, that a luminol will pick it up.
Really?
Through the paint, through everything, they can pick it up.
That is
You can paint over blood and they can find it.
Yeah, okay, so that being said, that really bothers me now that they have not found any blood trace in his house, his car. And then another thing, I question if that is the same his car in that video. That they got at the convenience store?
Yeah, from that gas station. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions. And
now, there was rumors that there's a video camera from across the street that was taken by the police that was there in the beginning of this, and now it's not there. But I don't think no video from that has ever surfaced.
Right.
Or if they have, they may have the video. Because at some point the police were saying he was making turns, that he hit a curve. How would they know all this?
Right.
Unless they had something on video.
And see, that's a college town. In a college town, the college runs everything. And I hate to say it, but even the police department, because they want this stopped. The college is losing money. Kids don't want to go there. Parents don't want to send their kids there. And by saying that this guy is the only one, and they got it, they got everything. Like, them wanting to tear down that house so quickly bothers me. I feel like it's trying to be swept under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about, like you said, that's a college place. Some parents pay a lot of money for them kids to go to school there, and if they're scared for their kids to go to school there, that's going to hurt that college.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just, if I was a juror, I couldn't. Now, I'm excited for the trial to see what they have, but I think he has a really good attorney. And if they don't have the evidence, all they have is that sheath, that could have been planted there. That could have been planted there by one of those girls. And I hate to say it, but Dylan or the other girl, I mean, what if they were?
So let's just say you're right. Let's just say let's hypothetically say, so Dylan or Bethany, one of those two, stole this sheath from Bryan, committed the crime, and left it there and pinned it on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's that possibility, but I mean, I don't know. If he don't have no contact with them girls, how would they get his sheath?
Well, see, I think personally, I think it was Dylan that was maybe had met him and was flirting with him. I think he had been in that house. I think that maybe they had some sort of a relationship, and they thought, he's the guy, he's the perfect guy, he's a weirdo, and but these girls, maybe they didn't even mean to take out that many people. It was just one of those things. And I don't know, maybe they didn't have anything to do with it, but I just am bothered by the lack of evidence, and especially now that they're asking for the death penalty. I feel like that's an overcharge, and whenever they overcharge somebody, then it's going to be people are not excited to.
I don't think it's overcharging to seek the death penalty in murdering 4 people. I don't think it's a stretch. Even because we don't really know yet though what they 100 have. We know what's on the affidavit. What they took, little small things like that. But there's still a bunch of stuff we didn't get to see. So, like I said, there's probably some video evidence that we will get to see once court begins, right? Because they're going to pull the traffic cams, they're going to pull any cameras that have that vehicle. Now, if they can show his vehicle in that area, his DNA's there. I mean, it's a hard one to say, hey, you wasn't up in that house. And I'm already hearing his defense saying, he has no connection to these girls. I would have said I went to a party there. I mean, if he's going to lie and say he didn't kill him, he might as well lie and say, hey, man, I've been in that house before. Because if you've been in that house before, there's the possibility that you could have dropped your knife sheath. You could have left DNA there. It could have been transferred. But if you go, man, I've never been in this house. I don't have no clue to how my knife sheath got there. You're getting executed.
Right. What? Another thing that bothers me is, remember that in the first appearance, is the judge ordered him no contact with any of the remaining people in the house. Like, I have never heard that before. Like, I've never heard somebody say in a court case, don't call, because he's in jail.
Yeah.
What kind of so it's going to have to be a call from jail to one of the girls. And I just thought that was really weird. What kind of relationship did they have? And then asking, I'm not saying maybe he's not perfectly innocent. Maybe, I don't know. I'm excited for the trial to hear what evidence is going on. But what I'm hearing right now, my mind isn't made up. I just am very curious, and if I was on the jury, I could not send him to death at the evidence that I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
But I've been so excited to debate this with you, Dolly. So you started my Sunday out great. I really appreciate.
Awesome.
My birthday is 4th of July. And so this was awesome because I was like, oh, man, I want to debate this with him.
There's definitely strange things in it, and it could be so strange because we don't know all the information. We're getting little pieces and things of it, and we're trying to paint a whole picture with just little pieces of it. But like you said, as the trial unfolds, we'll get to see a little bit more of what they got on him as far as how his cell phone was connecting to the routers, what video footage they have of him from other houses on cameras on certain days. Things of that nature. He's definitely a strange individual, and I was thinking if you're gonna, like, if the police were just to like say I'm gonna set somebody up, why would they pick him? Just randomly, let's pick this guy that happens to have a white car. I don't think he's been set up. I think at some point he may have knew he wanted to get caught.
That's interesting.
I think he wants the attention.
Yeah. I never even thought about that.
I mean, I just don't see... Damn, Jason Voorhees don't lead the machete sheaf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if he's a smart guy and he knows about crime and DNA and fingerprinting and all these other things, it just don't make sense.
Yeah.
He either wanted to get caught or he was trying to frame somebody else to get caught. And to me, I think he wanted to get caught. Look how smug he is when he's in court and shit now. You know what I'm saying? So I think he wanted the attention. And some people seek that stuff in this world. And like, maybe he was never shown no other attention any other way. And his way of getting attention is the world is going to know who I am. And he committed this heinous crime just so people would know who he was.
If he can prove that it was placed there, if he can prove his innocence in this court case, he will be able to write books. He will be, that would really skyrocket his career in criminology. So that's an interesting idea.
Well, maybe he's one of them dudes that's like, he wants the attention. He wants the movie made about him. He wants people talking about him. He wants to be remembered like this. Mm-hmm. Maybe he was such a loner he don't care about sitting in a jail cell by himself. He didn't have nothing to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just that 8 hours bothers me. Like, that whole house. Like, the police, when they went in, they said that the house just smelled of blood. I don't ever want to know what that smells like, but it smelled of blood. How did those girls just hang out in that place when you know it's covered and for all that time till afternoon?
I have no clue. I mean, I'm assuming they were asleep. They went to bed.
My God.
That's the only thing I mean, if they didn't go to bed, something is really strange going on, right? If they
Dylan was on TikTok, wasn't she?
I mean, for a little bit before the killings, I believe, right before the killings.
Okay.
So I don't think she was on during the killings or nothing like that, but shortly before the killings, she was on TikTok.
So how did she just fall asleep that fast?
I mean, I don't know. Some of it's strange to me. That's why I'm waiting to hear what.
I know.
Me
too.
My biggest thing is I want to hear Dylan. Right? I just want to hear that account, of why she didn't do anything or nothing of that nature. Or I just don't know how you don't check on your friends. I just don't understand that.
And then the calls to other people in the community area, I guess, to come by. And so, honestly, that crime scene was contaminated pretty much with all those people traipsing around in there. And then they call.
Well,
Dylan never did call.
But they do got him buying the K-bar. They got him ordering the sheaf. Okay, so we do know that sheaf is his. We do know he ordered a knife. Where's the knife?
Well, buying a knife isn't illegal.
I know, but where's the knife?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he have the knife?
That's a good
If you
point.
bought a knife and you bought a sheath, where's the knife?
Somebody stole it.
Somebody
That's what I
stole
think.
it. Yeah, somebody stole it. But you would have to get to court to at least say that first. You could be like, yeah, that's my knife. I did purchase it. It was stolen out of my vehicle at the college.
Yes.
I mean, you could run with that. I mean, you got to have some type of defense. I mean,
Yeah.
he's lying saying he didn't do it, right? Why not continue to lies? I mean, at this point, you're lying. You might as well go all in and lie.
Exactly.
You know, because that's what I think. Hey, yeah, it was stolen out my car. And then you got to prove that this shit wasn't stolen out the car. You start throwing that doubt. I was never there. Like, yeah, my car was broken in. My gym bag was stolen. Cars get broken into college towns all the time.
Right.
You know?
Well, he could go into all that in the trial and just be given as little information as possible, just like the prosecution is trying.
I just still think he's done. I hope so anyway. I don't want to see any murderers walk free. I'd rather pull your toenails out. I'm that type of dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Well, you know me. I like the evidence. I am excited for the trial. I wish they hadn't.
It's what I like. I like punishment. When it's the punishment
Yeah.
is so fucking bad that you just know they crying for the next 30 days while they're sitting there thinking, I'm never getting out.
Right.
You know, 'cause I've been locked up. I went to court for some petty shit. And there was this big dude, and I was in the city I live in. They handcuff you to each other, right? No matter what the damn crime is, it was petty, right? But this dude is in there for some type of drug dealing charge, and he was a big gangster ass dude. And he was all happy, right? Just happy, like he was going home and shit. And I'm facing some misdemeanor charges that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And I am scared to death, right? I'm just scared to death. And we walk into court, he's all happy. He's just dragging me along, right? Ready to go to court and shit. He goes to court. He gets 24 years in prison, okay?
Yeah.
I get out, okay? I get out. They're letting me go. Okay, you idiot. You're free to go. Stop being stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is they got to take us back to jail together. So they handcuffed me to this big gangster guy that was all happy and dancing. And this dude was crushed. I mean, on the floor, gurgling, crying. And I'm handcuffed to him. And he's hurting me because he's rolling around on the ground. And I'm trying to tell the deputy, hey, man, can you unhandcuff me from this dude? He's like, man, show some sympathy, man. He's going away, man. You going home. I was like, yeah, but he's hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's rolling around on the ground. And he's a 300-pound man. And he's crying. He's bawling. Snot's running out of his nose. And, I mean, we get on the elevator. I'm dragging the dude along and shit. It's like, this man, I seen what it can do to a person.
Mm-hmm.
Firsthand, seen it. You know what I'm saying? I seen it behind the scenes. The man, like, it's bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling in.
Have a happy 4th and be safe.
You know,
and thank you for the debate. It started my day off great. I love a good debate. So, yeah, you have a great holiday weekend. You too, PJ. All right, bye-bye, Dolly.
All right, peace. And thank you, Johnny, for all the damn super chats today, man. Put your wallet up. All right, you're going to wake up broke. You're going to be like, damn, man, I stayed up all late. Gave Dolly all my damn money. Dolly.
Dolly, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Hey, so I think the two biggest pieces that buries him is the sheath, and you brought up the knife. But if he can't prove he didn't have a friend in the vicinity or an excuse to show up to a party in the vicinity when they had him pinging their Wi-Fi 12 times that semester, like that's stalking. You know, you have if he can't come up with somebody that's going to vouch for him, why he's been in that area so much.
Oh, wait.
A party that
You never told us who this was and where you're calling from.
Oh, it's M0. It's Mike, man. I've
Okay.
called you before.
Okay.
I called you about the implosion, the
Yeah,
submarine
I
thing.
agree that he needs to be able to show a reason why he was in that neighborhood.
You
Because
know
if
what
he,
I mean? Like the sheath, the fingerprint, and if his slip up,
it ain't a
I
fingerprint,
think,
it's DNA.
oh yeah, I don't know that stuff too much, but I think his biggest slip up.
Touch
I think
DNA.
I think he's a book smart guy, and I think he lined his car with plastic maybe, and then he threw everything out right away, but somewhere else.
I didn't even think about that. See, you probably a better criminal than me already. I didn't think about
No.
lining the car in plastic before he got there like some American Psycho. You seen that movie?
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen
Yeah,
it, but I think I know what you're talking
He walks
about.
the person in his house and he got all the plastic and shit already down. And he's like, what are
Yeah.
you painting? And he's like, oh, yeah. But really, the plastic's there because he's about to kill him.
Jeez.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm painting my apartment. But you
But
might
I
be
think
right.
I think he's book smart on everything except technology. If he wants to stalk them, he shouldn't have had his phone in his car 12 times. You know what I mean?
Well, I've learned a lot about this. If ever going to be a stalker, leave my phone at home. Phone gets
Yeah,
you, guys can get you every time.
Yeah, but that's just my opinion. That's all I got, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Ain't a problem. You be good. Peace.
You too, man.
Yeah, okay. Listen, any future stalkers out there, leave your phone at home, okay? That's going to get you caught. Thank you for your donation, Tina. You ain't got to donate, Tina, okay? But thank you for all you guys. All you got to do is like the video and buy a damn bar of Dolly soap, okay? That's it. Wash your ass and your titty flaps with some Dolly soap. That's a good way to keep me alive. Join up, become a member of the channel. If you're out there, you ain't green, you still part of the team, but you'd be cooler if you was green, okay? Paper cut, Tina.
That's a daymare, Jimmy.
There you go. That's a daymare. And I think we got a super chat.
We got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
All right, there we go. Think we got a super chat. Hey, did we miss anything this morning? We covered a lot about Bryan, the DNA, that there was other people's DNA found that they don't know who the DNA belongs to. We got to keep that in consideration. All right, which could be just any fucking body that went in that house. You know what I'm saying? Why we underneath the body? That's a good question, you know. If you have more questions than answers, there's a problem, okay? But we don't know exactly what they got yet. So maybe that's why there's more questions than there's answers. I don't know how you explain DM and Bethany. I don't know how to explain that one whatsoever. If anything is going to give a jury doubt, it's going to be that. Okay? Because if I was defending my life, I'm going to be like, well, look, these people are in the house. All these people are getting killed. How did they not know what was happening? And why didn't they call the police? You know why they didn't call the police? Because they're the ones that did it. All right? That would be my defense. Okay? And have you been in that house? Yeah, I went to 7 parties there. You know? I was thinking about moving in. When they wouldn't look, I had my feet on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I was up in the bathroom, pissing on the floor. I mean, I would put myself there somehow. Because we know that they had massive parties there, okay, that they didn't even know who was in the house. And believe it or not, I think he's been in that house, okay? He might as well just admit it. Hey, I've been to one of the parties. That could solve a lot of the whole DNA. I don't know how it solves the knife sheath. He would have had to be in the house after he bought that knife sheath and knife. And the bad thing is they got killed with that kind of knife. But then you could go into somebody stole it out my vehicle or something of that nature. As far as the Chad Doerman guy that killed his 3 kids, I think this one's pretty. This shouldn't even be a trial on this, right? I mean, the 21 counts that he's charged with, I mean, that's just, like, why? Ain't no lawyer in the world, okay? Ain't no lawyer in the world can get you out of that. Okay? You could dig up Johnny Cochran. He couldn't have got OJ out of that shit. So the dude Chad, you're done. Dude. We don't have to worry about him. Right? He's gonna get treated special. He's gonna get the special treatment when he gets to prison, and his future is gloom. I don't see how he can sit there and not shake like a scared chihuahua. Just to be honest, Luna Moon says, "I want to hear Ryan again. Love you too, Dolly." Right? I don't see how that man could sit there and not be shaken. As soon as he hits a general population situation in any prison, he's liable to get killed. Okay? And like, I know Tina said she felt sorry for him, and I do sometimes when people cry, I feel sorry for him. Him, I didn't. Okay? There was not one tear that he shed that I felt bad for. What I felt bad for was he killed those kids. Right? He could cry to a damn river filled up. You know, it wouldn't be enough tears to make me feel sorry for him. He chose what he did. From my understanding, like he's saying, he planned it. He did it to be terrible to somebody. To me, I just believe he did it as a punishment to the woman. He had been abusing this woman. And this is the best advice I can give you ladies out there.
I want to hear Ryan again. Love you too, Dolly.
I think we got a
super chat.
I think we got a super chat.
Makes me want to break out the glow sticks and shit and go to a rave, you know what I'm saying? Where was I at? Oh, the dude to get dealt with in prison, and he did it as a punishment. Okay, y'all, Tina, you the brokest person in here. Keep your money, woman, okay? So, and we done heard. All right, here we go.
I want to hear it again too, Luna, USA.
That's the bad thing when it starts reading the chats.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
They're going to have me dancing on clip channels now. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you put it to some 3-6 Mafia. All right. Shannon has been a member for 6 months. Thank you, Shannon. It should pop up on the screen, too. Okay, so like I said, Ted, the Doerman dude, he is a wrap for him. Even if Dom, just some of the things I touched on, Dom Wells, even if he's violated by his probation officer, he's not facing that much time, right? When's your new soap going on the site? It is already up there, right? Oh, I forgot to tell Bullhorn Betty. We named the coffee soap after Bullhorn Betty, okay? Because you know how she got the coffee club. So we got the coffee. We named it the BHB Mocha Loca. Cobra Kai, boom. So we got that up there. I got my new eucalyptus up there. Boom. Welcome. Well, you've been a member for 6 months. So thank you. Thank you for being a member. Keeping Dolly alive. See? Everybody that joins up, that's one less pound I'm going to lose. All right. And look, just a few months ago, I've been having to buy new clothes. My clothes don't even fit me. Okay? I'm getting skinny. Y'all going to let me die over here. You're just going to let me die. All right. I went from like a 34 to like a 30. In high school, I wore a 32. Okay? I'm skinnier than I was in high school. I'm dying. Y'all just let me wither away. Wither away. A good way to not let me wither. Get you some Dolly soap. Join up. Buy a t-shirt. Hit the damn like button. Okay? Every time you hit that like button, it's like a cheeseburger. Virtually. Okay? A virtual cheeseburger that I don't get to eat. Alright? But I'm sure it helps me in the algorithm. Or maybe it don't. I don't know. Okay? What I do know is all these damn psycho people in this world, I'm scared to go outside. That's the only bad thing about being into true crime, right? I wasn't as paranoid 2 years ago, right? I mean, I was into true crime, but I didn't follow it like every day, you know? Now I know that the world is full of psychos, okay? And if you go outside, you might die. Okay? I hate to tell you guys that. It's got to be truthful. Dolly can't lie to you. If you leave your house today, you might die. All right?
Money with wings, money with wings, money with wings.
Awesome. All right, here we go. I disappeared. Okay, I disappeared.
You know, I think we got a super chat.
Boom, boom.
I think we got a super chat.
I think we got a super chat. All right. And then we got Rainy Cat. Turtle Gang Gang. Good to see you, Rainy. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Look, here's the thing. 4th of July is coming. Guys, y'all be careful out here. All right. On 4th of July, there's a lot of people out drinking. There's going to be a lot of parties, fireworks. If you're dealing with fireworks. All right. Hold on.
Hashtag Turtle Gang Gang. Turtle Bomb. 2 hearts.
Turtle Bomb, baby.
You know, I think we got a super chat.
We're going to have to change this up once a week. We're going to have to get, you know, by a couple of days of that, it'll fucking start to aggravate the shit out of me. I can tell you all that now. All right, Carrie G has been a member for 14 months. Damn, it has been a long ride, right? The whole Dolly Vision, it's been 14 months. So you must have joined up, Carrie G, right at the very beginning of this damn roller coaster of an internet ride. And awesome year last year, you know. The last year in general has been a lot of crazy ups and downs with the channel. Drink some milk, Jimmy. Tina's giving me all her birthday money back. All right, thank you, Tina. Right, take some of that money, go buy you something for your birthday, you know. Drink some milk, Jimmy. I got coffee. Somewhere. I had some coffee. Oh, right here, right here, right here. No, keep Up Church. I love it. Up Church is easy on the eyes. Keep him. Well, you know, Up Church got a new girlfriend. I seen that.
Drink some milk, Jimmy. Milk, 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 milk.
I did. After this, I'm gonna need some milk. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think we got a super chat.
And Carrie G is a member. All right, for 14 months. So yeah, it's been a crazy 14 months. I had fun. Did y'all have fun? Okay. It'd have been better if I didn't go to jail in Georgia, but hey, 14 months, last 14 months, you know, it's crazy because to me, it don't seem that long. Okay, when I read it, I'm like 14 months. I'm like, that don't seem that long. But you know, I've been on YouTube for 6 years. That's a long damn time. And I swear, it seems like it went by like that to me. It seems like I've been up here for maybe over 6 years, somewhere around the 6-year mark, 6, 7, somewhere. It has went by so fast. There's one thing I didn't know about YouTube. I knew this was a long race. Like, you can't be in a hurry to get nowhere on YouTube. Okay? Take your time. It grows. You know what I'm saying? I knew that then, right? Damn, it's been a long time, though. And I still ain't got that damn plaque on my wall. Hey, y'all got to sub this damn channel up. Y'all got to start sharing my videos. I got to hit that 100K here within the next year. Okay? I need to see that plaque on my wall. All these other people got one. Dolly just as good as them. Why ain't Dolly got one? All right? Why ain't Dolly got one? I work harder. I see a lot of people I work harder than, and I ain't got one. Okay? When I get mine, I'm going to destroy it. All right? Because I worked so hard to get it. I'm going to take it outside, and we're going to destroy it. As soon as I hit that 100K mark, and they send it to me. Okay, you're worth $10. Last one. Thank you, Tina. That is so sweet of you. Yeah, time goes by fast.
You're worth $10. Last one. Money with wings. 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 Money with wings.
Them
Money with
emojis.
wings. Money with wings. Money with wings.
How many?
You know, I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Oh, what I was saying is, I was watching Upchurch's video the other day, and he got him a new girlfriend, right? He looked all happy. I guess he ain't fighting with his mom. I don't know if he's still fighting with his mama, or if he ain't fighting with his mom. I don't know if this got shit to do with true crime, but I know he's dating this other singer's daughter now. He looks pretty happy, right? He had this little pickup truck out there, and he had put a little bed in the back, and he had put up some lights, trying to be all romantic and shit. I was like, go ahead, church, right? You better get some bug spray. Bugs eat the shit out of you outside. You got that big ass mansion, I go inside. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's good to see the man, you know, because he was going through some stuff there for a little while. I don't know if he's worked it out with his family, but I tried to stay out of that shit because there was a lot of people out here that were talking bad about his mama. And I was like, look, eventually him and his mama are going to work it out. And then you done been up here talking bad about the man mama. You know what I'm saying? And that just ain't never good. That's why I stayed out of it. And I was just like, man, I hope he works it out with his family. You know what I'm saying? Because really, that's all in this world. That's really all you got. You know what I'm saying? Even if your family's spending your money, at least it's his family spending it. And it ain't just a bunch of people using the shit out of them and spending it. At least they're blood taking your money. It's better than blood take your money than some strangers take your damn money. That's what I think anyway. Plus, if his mama took $1 million, give her $2 million. That's his mama. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have to steal the money. Give it to her. I don't want to see him fighting. But it was, like I said, it was good to see church. You know, since we done seen him so much today. It's good to see him happy. All right? Doing good and not... Because he looked stressed the hell out. Like the last couple months. I was like, man, that dude looks stressed. Like it's getting to him. He need a little break. But, you know, it's good to see the man happy. That's the more of my damn rant right there. I think that makes it worse. Couldn't decide on shirt or mystery box. It was Tina J. The mystery box. Okay. That's what's up. I got some stuff that I'm going to put in the mystery box. Your mystery boxes will be pretty cool. Right? Matter of fact, I went out and got some stuff to put in the box. Like the tissue papers to make it all pretty and shit. I got that last night. Okay. Can't tell you everything, though. Can't tell you everything. But the mystery boxes will be going out, I think, tomorrow? Probably tomorrow. Okay, so if you order the mystery box, they all are going to ship at the same time. So they'll probably go out tomorrow. There's a couple t-shirts I got to print tonight. What else is there? A couple t-shirts. The mystery boxes got to go out. Turtle Island, we're going to do Tuesday night. Okay. Any other updates? Let me think if I'm missing anything. Nah, I think that's pretty much it, you know. Me and Jody Sue Brown, we have our ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just, you know, the whole Jimmy, stroll back and read Pirate's message. Okay, read Pirate's message. Dolly, I wish I could feed you mashed potatoes and gravy by hand. Is that what you wanted me to read? You wish you could feed me by hand? That was that important that I need to go back and read that? You want to feed me mashed potatoes and gravy by hand? It's a little strange, okay? That's a little strange, okay? Did I miss something? All right. Are y'all on some weird shit this morning? What y'all talking about? No new videos from Mab. He's going to be swimming. Holy moly, you're up early and not been to sleep. We are old guard. LOL. I like you too, Cobra Kai. That was awkward. Strange and some change. 4th of July is Tuesday. No, Pirate wished they could send gift. Gift to who? Me? You can send me a gift. You know what I'm saying? You can send me $1 million. That would be an awesome gift. You know what I'm saying? if like Keanu Reeves is watching or like some rich person out there, let Dolly get one meal. You know, just one meal. I ain't greedy. I don't need two. I just need one good meal, you know. Just a deluxe apartment in the sky and a Lambo, and Dolly will be happy. I ain't too picky, okay? You know, that's it. All I need is one meal. What's up, Perplex? Good to see you. I seen your wax you made, your wax breakfast. Okay, it was like a little piece of toast and some eggs and all kinds of crazy shit. It made me hungry. Dolly.
Son, Cobra Kai, just wanted to tell everybody to call in and talk to the Dalai Lama, where you have the $1 million guarantee. Dolly Vision will talk to you about anything if you give him $1 million.
I'm trying to get out of here, Johnny. I'm trying to get out of here.
I know.
Don't tell
I know.
me.
This is for like tomorrow or later.
Oh yeah, later.
It's a preemptive commercial. No, it's a pre-show commercial. I know. I'm being a goofball. All right, y'all. I'm thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for the donations, and thank you.
Thank you for all your no kidding, Johnny. Thank you for your donations, Johnny.
I really hope that you get a good meal with it, or whatever you need to do with it. But typically I just come up and I call and I talk or whatever. But I'm not known for sending a lot of super stickers or whatever. But it's just my appreciation for a couple of years of calling in live and always chatting it up with you. So, all right, wrap it up and say happy 4th again, and take care. And you keep the work up, brother. You deserve it. You're an entrepreneur, and that's the thing people need to realize, that you make adjustments on the run in this line of work. You've created your own job. So no matter what anybody thinks, think about that, what that takes to do and to stay in there. It's easy to quit. It's not easy to keep in there. So you prove it by hanging in there. So keep it up, and I'll see you later.
All right, bye. Peace. One thing I haven't done, let me close this phone line so I can rant for a minute, is I haven't hooked up my Google store, okay, for my, like, where you can just actually buy it through YouTube, my stuff. I'm going to probably do that later today. All right. I'm going to hook up my Shopify through my Google. So, like, when you come to my videos, all my stuff will be underneath. So you don't have to, like, go to my web store. I mean, you can. It don't matter. But I'm just going to hook all that stuff up later today. And thank you for everybody that's been buying my soap, right? My lotions, my body washes, and the bath sets, and everything you guys do for me. Thank you for supporting me. Dolly loves you guys to death. All right. If not, I'd be dead. All right. Y'all don't want me dead. It's either this, sell soap, or find me a spot on the interstate to hold a cardboard sign. I think I'd rather sell the soap. Okay. I think I'd rather sell the soap. Plus, there's mosquitoes and bugs. And, and I'm not good with spelling, so I probably spell homeless wrong or something. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I will be back later tonight. I'll probably be on the panel channel. I'm not for sure. You never know with Dolly. All right. I'm going to go kick back, relax, enjoy my day. And you guys do the same thing. Sunday, fun day, right? Go have a good time. Or go hang out on some other YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go home. But you can't stay here. I mean, I guess you could. You could stay here. But the video is going to end. All right. But if you haven't yet, like the video. Share it on any social media platform you choose, as long as it's not Pornhub. I think I got enough going on. I don't need that. Okay? But share my face. Share it. Maybe one of your friends will add it. When y'all like the video and y'all share it, it brings new people in the chat room. New people bring new conversations. So share the shit. I love it. Peace, guys.